All right, we are live. Where we left off last time, we had just finished taking everything down over here. I think what we're looking at for today is actually getting some of this extended crafting stuff set up, because I have no clue how any of it works. And I think it'll be fun to give it a shot. There we go. So the basic table, auto crafting table. So I want a basic actual crafting table. This seems pretty simple. I think it's just going to require some patterns for us to set up. So those are the basic catalysts. Let's go back. We're gonna go back to where we were. Extended. Well, added an extra letter. Here we go. So I want this guy, which other than a couple things we're pretty close on. So I need some of these, which is what? Black iron ingots. Okay. That's simple. Yo, what's up, Cryptex? How's it going? How are you? Basic component. And then all of that's pretty simple too. Okay. I think that right there should give me the basic one. And then we should have to set up all the crafting up to whatever the higher tier one is. We'll see. What I didn't include was the actual pattern for the table. This guy. But it does look like we have everything for it. Doing off-cam bee breeding. Smart. Because honestly, that can take quite a bit of time. That's a smart thing to do off-cam. Make me one of those. It was quick and easy. Okay, so I have no clue how this extended crafting stuff works. I'm just going to set it down, and it looks like just a basic crafting table. I don't think I can do anything with that. I think this is where we need to start going. So I think I might just go ahead and make patterns for everything all the way up to the top tier. Yo, what's up, Dead Gamer? How's it going? How are you? Ow. That's wild. Maybe I didn't reset the distance on that. You love extended crafting? I'll have to see. Oh, that's why. I hadn't reset that yet. You're weird like that. I haven't messed with it at all. It doesn't seem very complicated. It just seems like as you get nicer materials, you can make more stuff. All right, patterns. Table itself. I'm out of patterns. And unfortunately, it's not there. Grab some patterns, throw them back in here. There's that one. Add extended. Rather be at home gaming instead of at work. I feel that. I feel that. I'm sorry that you're at work. That is basically me every day that I am at work and have to wait until late at night to stream or play or do anything. All right, there are all those. Then we get the elite one with the elite components and the elite catalyst. And then the ultimate one with those and this. That should be right, I think. Ultimate auto crafting. Interesting. You working on Vibranium? Kind of. What's the hardest mod to get through? That really depends on who you ask. Because different mods are different for different people. Portson would have a very different answer than I would. Portson likes modern industrialization. I think MI personally is the hardest mod to get through, just because it's grindy, super grindy. It makes sense though. That's logical. There's a progression to it, but I think MI is the hardest. That's what I'm saying. Tortzen would say something like bees, even though I think bees are easy, right? Only have about 3 hours. Started a new 1810 playthrough with some tips. Nice. Heck yeah. All right, glad we're on the same page there. What did Tortzen do last night? How did he save you? You just hate bees. That's fair. Okay, so what does the auto crafting do for me? And is that something I should set up?
Effect Ray Chef says, Greg Tech New Horizon win.
Eventually. We'll get there eventually. I hate bees, don't want to touch it. That's fair. Forbidden Arcanus too. Yeah, Forbidden Arcanus isn't fun, but it's needed for so much. Yo, what's up, Dead Soul? How's it going? Bane of your existence. The automatic versions are completely optional. Okay, because I'm thinking, I just take what I've got, we throw it all in here, we make the big one, we get some Vibranium so that we can get like the bees that we want, and then go from there. Thoughts? Well, that's what I'm feeling at least. Relax it, dude. I'm just hanging out. We're hanging out. It's a Sunday. We're playing Minecraft. We're streaming. We're vibing. I should have a ton of time to play. Kyle is going down for a nap here in a bit, so we should be good. Let me know how to do immersive engineering, easy villagers for Tesla coil. Oh, nice. Dude, easy villagers are awesome. Okay, so what I want is one of these. So you're saying I don't actually have to use this very much, right? Because I'm thinking I'm just going to make one of these. Yo, Billy, what the heck? Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, so we should just have one of these. I've used Easy Villager so much on Neotech. Absolutely. I mean, you might as well, right? So then from here, can I just like, I guess I just have to grab the stuff for Vibranium, right? And I honestly, I don't even remember what it is. Needed for the star and Vibranium. Buying steel, rubber, and analog circuits was a lot easier. That's fair. Automatic versions, if I remember, you can lock the recipe on them and put an output from the top and the bottom. Except hoppers might have been the older pack. Gotcha. Okay, I'll take a look at that. For now, what we're looking at, Vibranium. Ender crafting. Is it ender crafting for Vibranium, not extended? Or is the ender crafting part of extended? Am I crazy? Oh, the ingot you need. Oh, okay. Got it. Do I have to put it all in exactly that place? Or can I just dump all the stuff in there? You might want the automatic versions to automate the star after the star beat, but before that, it's honestly not necessary because you only need 2 recipes from it. That's fine. That's fine. That makes sense. It has to all be in the right place. Lapis. And then I've got 13K of those. You said I could use JEI to place it all in the right spot. Vibranium. This, that. Okay. All right. You're right. You're right. Thank you for that, Tortzen. I appreciate that. That was a lot easier than manually placing them all down. A lot easier. And I feel like that should be more than enough for what I want to do, right? Okay, so now we're back to these. So I should get a lot more ender alternators, right? And then we said I could do like 3 layers below and then place the ender crafter on the top. Yeah, you don't need that many for the bee. Okay, good. Is there a crystalline bee? No, that would be cool though. Anywhere in a 7x7? Ooh. Okay, well, I don't want it to look trashy. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 5x5 for the Vibranium bead. Got it. Okay. I don't think manually took things from inventory but crafting bench since 20. Yeah. Okay, for the record, I don't very often. What am I missing for that? What did it say it was? Ender ingots? I have 19. Why don't I have that as a crafting recipe? Seems like a lapse in judgment. Nope, not that one. This one. That should be in here. And then you. Sure. 8's fine for now. And you said 7x7, right? Yo, what's up, Lex? How's it going? How are you? Ran out of souls, need to make it bigger than the setup. That's crazy. That's wild. So maybe this will work well. I do then need to get one of these. I think what I'm going to do. It's a teleport. I don't want it to teleport. I want it here. We're going to do something probably pretty dumb for 2 seconds here because I think it's smart. Let me go check the Vibranium recipe real quick. Actually, how many shards do we have of different things? Oh, they all got put up. Mostly. There are some that did not. But mostly they got put up. So, pull that out, put this in. And it should start dropping everything.
Lex Unam says, just 2 seconds? What about the rest?
I don't know. The plan is just to get some actual shards from these things built up in the system. So that we can actually start crafting with them, right? Because I don't need a lot of them, and I'm fine with most of them being auto smelted down to whatever they need to be. But for now, it's just so broken. Okay, let me just grab a new diamond one then. Because I don't think all the ones I'm going to need are from here. We're going to swap this guy out real quick, put that guy in. 128 seems like plenty. We'll pull this out, put that guy back in there. Okay. I don't really remember which shards they were. I just know that I've got all of them. And if I mine them all, then whatever, right? Yo, what's up, Jada? How's it going? How are you? How's everybody doing today? I apologize. I did notice in Discord that there were a couple people that stayed up late so they could watch me stream yesterday, and then I did not. I need to come up with a schedule. The only problem is sometimes I get chances to stream that aren't scheduled times, and sometimes there are scheduled times to stream where I don't get the chance to stream. And so I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that going forward, and I don't have any great ideas. So I may end up just like actually making events in Discord, maybe like a day before or a couple days before for streaming. But I don't know entirely. Say days, not times. That's not a bad idea either. But I've been doing most times. I don't have the soul lava already. I do know that I need that for the bee. We're working on that. We will be working on that next, at least. But I do not have that yet. But yeah, I really should do that. Okay, so I need to make sure I have all the things in my inventory for the Vibranium, which is going to be quartz, uraninite, diamond, and there's crystallines. Grab shards first. Quartz, uraninite, diamond, and I think yeah, it's fine. And then, oh, it doesn't sync up to, oh, it does. Grab a stack of those real quick. Vibranium. Uranium, emerald, gold, iron. Uranium, emerald, gold, iron. I could have just grabbed all the shards. Uranium, emerald, gold, iron. And then that should be it. And so we should be able to come here now and then go vibranium and then do that. And then it does start crafting. Oh, particles. So now we're going to grab some more. Does it accept ender alternators that are underneath? Or does it accept them on top, I guess is the better question. Because I'm thinking, you guys said it was 7 by 7 by 7, right? Did you get it? Does? Okay. So we're gonna make this look trashy. Give me a whole bunch more. These guys are gonna fly. It's gonna absolutely fly for sure. I'm going to try to leave like a plus in the middle to make it easier to get in and out. That was too high. Those are both too high. Is there a way to make this look good? Does anybody have a design for this that does look good? Because so far, the base is pretty aesthetic. I feel like at least. Like, reasonably aesthetic. There's no way. We're going to ignore it. Nobody knows. How would they know? How fast? Oh, that's going so much faster. We should be good there, honestly. The best looking design is not to have them. The best looking design is either putting it in a compact machine or ditching it for a bee. That's crazy. Yo, what's up, Matt Gaming? Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Just do camo on the outer. Yeah, I could and should. All right, so we got 36 vibranium ingots. Correct me if I'm wrong. Really, we just need 2 blocks. 1 to make the bee, and then 1 to have it breed on. Vibranium. I have not actually made these bees since the productive metalworks thing came into play. So that's going to be an all-ammonium bee, which I'm going to need to get 2. 4 ingots per bee, you're right. Yo, what's up, Monster? How's it going? How are you? Just started ATM 10 to the sky. Any tips? For the beginning, for sieving, swap your use key, which is usually your right click, to an actual key. Honestly, it's one of the tips that I like the most. If you're having trouble with chapter 1, I made a video on it. And if you're not having trouble with chapter 1, then go watch the video Big Jim put out yesterday on a whole bunch of tips for all the mods 10 to the sky. It's fantastic. Hey, that's my guy. That's my guy. He's right there. Go watch his video. I watched the whole thing, and it is fantastic. And he'll give you that tip in there. I did. I don't know. I don't know how I summoned you. Okay, so you finished chapter 1. In that case, honestly, pick something and work on it. That is literally the only tip I can give you them. Big Jim, how come every single stream I was hopping in yesterday, you were just there? Like people that I've been playing Minecraft with for like 9 months now. You were just there. What the heck? Just in time, exactly. Okay, so we gotta look at soul lava. How bad is soul lava to get? It was strange. It was odd, but it was very funny. So do we have to get it from the soul lava bee? Item casting. So you have to have soul lava onto a ghostly bee spawn egg. This is going to be so annoying, isn't it? Milking wardens for soul lava. Is that a... Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Nope, the laser with the warden. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're going to have to get all of that set up. Do you not get tired of supermassive kitchen pink packs that basically play the same? Don't get me wrong, they're fun, but playing only that gets a little boring at some point. I mean, kind of. It is slightly repetitive, right? But they're making changes. So like, I've never done an extended crafting with an ender alternator before. I've never used that thing before. This is like the first time I've set up Geors before. The last time it was set up by other people. The sieving stuff with the auto hammers. This is the first pack that I've actually played through where I set all of this up, right? So at least so far in this pack, a lot of the stuff is newer-ish to me. However, to your point, mechanism's going to be the exact same garbage grind that I've gone through 100 times before, right? So no, I don't necessarily get tired of it, but I do hear what you're saying as far as it's very similar. Okay, so I'm going to have to set up some stuff here for actually getting Industrial 4 going, because I do need stasis chambers, which are not going to be too hard, but we're going to make patterns for it because I'm not going to do this stuff twice. Gas tiers. We get from sieving soul sand. Do we have that set up? I don't remember. Did I set up a sieve for soul sand? I did not. Does soul sand require hammering or no? You should hop on the A-Team Tournament server. I have a crazy setup for Mecha. I will have to do that. I am planning on streaming this today and then tomorrow doing the A-Team 10. That's the plan. Gears is a very nice little addition for newer packs and little SMA. Exactly. TTA is just a worse version of ATM 9 TTS. I find it more fun if you don't rush the star and try something different each time. Yeah, exactly. And I'm doing a lot of that. Like, if I was just trying to rush the star, I wouldn't have spent an entire episode building a garbage looking chest to store all my storage in, right? Or the gigantic tree thing I built for the bees and mystical ag stuff, or, you know, right? We're trying to make a world that's aesthetic while at the same time learning stuff and all of that. So I don't know, but I do hear what you're saying as far as the repetitiveness of it. Pistons are also not on a pattern for some reason. Oh, they were. Hold up, go back. Advanced machine frame. Yeah, I'm gonna need some pink slime. Code pattern. That's fine. That can go in there. How are we getting pink slime these days? Industrial, so mob slaughter factory on the mob farm. Okay. We can do that. That doesn't seem too bad. The rest of that is going to be kind of annoying because I'm going to have to get like specific patterns for each one of these. Can I backspace? I can't backspace from there. Oops. Okay. Axes. Easy. All of these are crafting patterns as well. So then the question is, how am I storing pink slime? I'm leaning toward the liquid drawer. Mate, the chest is so cool. And the Isengard style tower. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not a builder, but I really tried on both of those. At industrial for going. Fluid block mob slaughter factory. Give me one of those. And then fluid pipe. I could, you know what we could do? Let's just not even mess with the fluid pipes. Let's mess with the fluid drawer and see how this goes. True. Yeah, the AE textures look so much better going back to the OLED texture. Feels like a downgrade. I feel that. Okay, we're gonna turn that off real quick. So they're dying there. What if I broke that? Put this there. That's gonna need power. It's an experience holder. I may just power it remotely because I'm hoping meet pink slime. Let's give me some upgrades real quick. Tier 2s are fine. And then energy transmitter with a flux point. One of those. Because I'm trying to make it where I don't have to change anything or add anything. That's not even close. 0, 0, and then we're just gonna move it. And then down one. Right there. Okay, so that should get power to there. And then if I do the drawer, the plan is to just put a drawer here. Hopefully this thing will take pink slime. Yeah, we'll pull all those out. And then I think I'm gonna need a polar upgrade, right? And then I need to set this thing to... How do I set the direction on this? Right click in GUI to change direction. The right, so this is the left. Hopefully that thing will start pulling fluid. No? Pink slime. Yeah, it's pink slime. The chunk... Ooh, textures look so much better. Downgrade. I get it from Hostile 2, but it gives extra pass. Mob Slaughter Factory can push... Oh, it can? No need for the pull if it auto output. Okay. Well, in that case... I was really trying to avoid using a pipe here, but I think it's just going to be inconvenient if I don't. Okay, also, it's not getting any. Okay, we got some liquid meat and some pink slime. So I think the problem is that... Oh, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. I got a plan. I got a plan. We are just going to use... because that'll be easier. Actually, I gotta pull those out real quick. And then let me get some diamond upgrades. And then we're just gonna use a fluid pipe, because whatever. Right? Yo, what's up, PT? How's it going? Welcome in. I'm streaming at hopefully a better time for you, and also I apologize for not streaming yesterday. Didn't realize people were expecting me to. But I'm gonna work on getting a better way to communicate when I'm streaming and when I'm not. So that way there's no questions about it, you know? You know there's 1x2 fluid drawers. Yes, there are. Yeah. And I probably should be using those. You're right. Yep. Click on the pink square to change the side config to set it to push. I will do that. I'm gonna grab a pipe. Boom. And then I need a pipe wrench. Pull from there. And then maybe that even precludes me having to do either of those. It does not look like it. Pink slime. Push.
Lex Unam says, the
Liquid
machine
meat.
will output 2 fluids, meat and pink slime.
Right.
Better filter it right. Also, get range upgrades and turn off the ashers.
Range upgrades and turn off the ashers. And unlock the drawers. I do have to unlock the drawers.
P Crossfire says, no worries, I just didn't slept all night waiting for something that wasn't even gonna happen.
I'm so sorry. Oh no, liquid meat. Oh crap, they're both liquid meats. So, great. What if I actually, here, I've got a great idea. Pull it from there. And then that should be empty. And then, how do I keep the liquid meat from going in there? Drawers are locked, no worries. I'm so sorry, PT. So they are. I need pink slime to go into this one. I actually I can put it in there, right? I just need a bucket, right? Bucket? And can I, unless there's not a full bucket of it in there yet. There's not. Tanker a bucket and then lock it. So I don't have enough in there. Is there, if I like... Hold up. Maybe better now?
Torrid Sun says, Add range upgrades to kill more mobs.
Oh, this thing gets
says,
range?
Range upgrade plus turn off mashers.
Range.
Crossfire says, Syat.
There, you're boosting League at champ. Oh, dude, have fun in League, dude. I didn't realize you played League. That's crazy. Range upgrades. Have fun, dude. Range upgrade. Industrial foregoing. And wow, that was not even close. Give me a second. Industrial foregoing range. These guys, these add-ons, range. These guys. Okay, give me a second. We gotta get some patterns for those then. There's one. Disable output of meat and output pink slime only to filter to the right drawer. Oh yeah. I wish I would have thought of that. That's actually a great point. There's tier 2. I don't know if I can. I actually can do tier 3. How many do I want? So if I just disabled, it's still being pulled by that. But we do have enough in there where I could do that, and then this, and then
Lex Unam says, Tier 2 max 3.
Tier 2 max, okay. I think that's working. I think, like you guys are saying, filter in the fluid pipe. Okay, that's a good point, but I don't have it accelerated. I don't have any sort of acceleration in there, and I kind of want to keep from doing that because I don't want to overdo it. Range 1.
Torrid Sun says, lock the drawers too.
I will do that. Good point. Tier 2 is probably enough, so we're just gonna make a tier 2 real quick.
Lex Unam says, chat says turn off the mashers. John, do anything but turning them off.
I'm doing a lot of other stuff. Give me like 2 seconds before you start bullying me when I am still doing what you're telling me to do. Like 2 seconds here, man. You said get range upgrade. Don't get range upgrade. Range upgrade's there now. Mashers are turned off. It does look like I should get some sort of a pipe accelerator in there, even if it's a basic one. Don't forget to shrink the Warden and put him in a bottle. I think that's a good idea. I actually saw that on Big Jim's video yesterday. I don't think I need that. That's too much. It's too much. And I definitely plan on doing it. Did you turn off the? I did turn off the masher. Masher's off. And you're right. Lex says zero mercy. Also, why is the XP collector not working? I guess I probably just need to make it a bigger range, right? Render that area.
Lex Unam says,
yeah, that's a lot better.
I have
Still
zero
not
mercy
quite
on anyone.
Throw it one more that ways. That should. I mean, we could go one bigger if we really wanted to. But that should be plenty big enough. All right, we'll move it one more. And then there. Okay. So that should pick up that. The only thing I'm seeing now is that the red hearts are staying on the ground. And that's less than ideal. This should... got an advanced magnet upgrade in it. I guess they're just too far away. But we're getting the pink slime and everything now. So now we lock the drawers. Like we were saying. See? I did what I was told. That render can go off. That render can go off. Then I need the config. And we're going to add them to... config. Oh, no, not the config. The linking. This one. We got to add them to it. Dude, why are you here? All right. Linked. So we got the meat and we got the pink slime now. Step in the right direction. Because there's no mobs dying that drop XP. Okay, that makes sense. But they're just worse than in there before. I think we're doing pretty good. I mean, I could make it better. We could make this better. Just by doing one little thing real quick. This here, and then that there, and then home. I'm curious how this is working. Check the range of your mob masher. I think this is bad, right? Okay, I did do that. I agree. Should have just made the 1x2 drawers. Okay, that is absolutely, that's tanking everything. We gotta go turn that off. That's getting bad. They're dying to entity cramming, exactly. We're gonna go back here. Give me a sec, give me a sec. We're gonna turn that back off real quick. Too many mobs. That is I think it's a 25 by 25 square of dreadful dirt in the end. Oh my goodness. Okay, now this just isn't doing it all, right? Does it need more? I probably just needs more upgrades. Okay, it did eventually clear them all out. But yeah, that was a lot. But now we got like 20 buckets. Hopefully that's enough for a little bit, right? Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. Do the create redstone links work across dimension? I don't know. You need tier 4 upgrades. Now that I have pink slime, I think I can actually make those. Tier 4 processing XP juice. How hard is that to get? An ender tank, bottles of enchanting. Hello, you're a big fan. Hey, thank you. Tier 4 is XP fluid. Yeah, but it's not the normal XP fluid. It's, you gotta go through this and then get a whole bunch of other random stuff. I don't like this one as much. But what I can do is underneath here, assuming it works, I should be able to put some sort of like an import bus where I can throw bottles of XP in there or feed bottles of XP in there. Any one works? Any XP? Okay, I tried that. You say that. I tried that last time and it didn't. But we can do it again. All XP are dictionary to be.
Effect Ray Chef says all XP fluids are or dictionary to be the same.
Okay. If that's the case, and I'll take you guys' word for it.
Says,
why did it not work?
Works like from bees or if.
I tried that on all the mods 10 and it really did not work well. Like there were specific XPs that had to, or fluids that had to be used for specific things. But if that's the case, I'll just throw a storage bus on this and then I'm fine, right? Any works, just put a storage bus on an experience holder. Okay.
Effect Ray Chef says, make sure on the pattern itself to place the correct XP fluid.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That's probably exactly what I did wrong. Splashed energy drink on my glasses. Okay, so I need to change the patterns then. And get a storage bus. Do you already have one? And then we're just gonna do wireless connectors. That guy should already have it.
Okay. Says, I have XP fluid from XPBs.
XPBs, that's smart. I do plan on getting those set up at some point, but probably not yet. Can't tell how many times I confuse myself with the wrong patterns. Yeah, I do that a lot. But lucky for me, I've got chat, and chat will always let me know when I've done something wrong. They're very good at that. So then from here, I think I'm just going to try to put the storage bus directly on top of this. Can I do that? Is that a thing? Or can I do this? No, I guess I have to have a pipe. Cable, not pipe. Cable. Cable. Smart cable. And then 1, 2. I think this should work. Right? And then now do I see XP fluid? Excellent. Okay. Substitutions on auto crafting cause a lot of problems for most things. It's better to not use them. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can make those tier 4 upgrades now. Tier 4. Okay, so those patterns there. We will change tier 4, tier 4, tier 4. Are these the only ones that use that XP juice fluid thing? Because I'm thinking if I put this in here, it needs 4 buckets. So let's pull that out real quick. XP fluid? Whatever the just dire things is. This guy, drag him in there. 4 buckets. Set. Is that correct? We agree? We like? And then we get rid of that one. Somebody tell me I'm doing this right. Just remake the patterns for JI and AA. He will pull the one you have. Fluid sub seems to work well, but subs tend to break something. Yeah. Is this right? I feel like it's right. So now if I request a tier 4 here, make a patterns for JI. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Fortson says I'm doing it right. Then I think I am. Start that. And it works. Okay, awesome. So in that case, we're going to make a tier 4 of each. Speed that up just enough where I can not have to sit here and wait for 8 years. No, that's too much. So 128 definitely doesn't work because it does just literally freeze and not do anything. And now I got to wait for that whole thing to go away. Best option is to have different. It will clog. Hopefully it doesn't.
Lex Unam says, the best option for that is just have different dissolution chambers BCS. If don't, it will clog. Effect Ray Chef says, first thing to put add-ons on is the dissolution chamber itself.
I don't know why I never thought of that. That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. But I have them and can literally use them. Like tier 2s and just never did. Okay, so one of the tier 4s is done. 2. Okay. Grab those 2 and this one. We're going to pull those out. Put those in. Put these in here. We're just going to space 4. Make me like one of those. Into these. Uh-oh, don't have enough pink slime.
Lex Unam says, I'm sure you had them but removed for the mob crusher.
3. Next. Okay, so I just don't have enough pink slime for those. That's fine. Shouldn't have made that many speeds, but whatever. I can replace the speed and the processing real quick. Had them removed for the mob. Yeah, you're probably right. And then as soon as that processing one is done, we will add it to the mob masher as well, or the mob crusher factory thing. And then hopefully that gets us enough pink slime to keep going for a little bit. So let's pull speed and processing. We can put efficiency back. Excellent. I like to have a pig mob spawner, excess pink slime, but the conduit definitely needs work. Yeah. If you want faster pink slime, you can use a cow spawn or any other passive mob, especially the ones with high HPs. Okay, that makes sense. I think passively this should generate enough long term. Because like we've already got 5 buckets of it there. And I think if I were to turn on the end farm for just a couple seconds, we're probably there. But we're gonna just create one of the efficiencies real quick and we'll throw it in. Don't need those or that or any of that now. Keep that on me, but put that back. Okay, so we'll go put this efficiency in there. Make sure we got all three. Yeah, I do. Bites pigs because they're pink for pink slime. You know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. Oh, I forgot that the pink slime bee was even a thing.
Says, John, once the mob killing factory has proper upgrades and can kill faster than entity cramming.
Well, it's got tier 4s now, so we will soon find out. Because I don't really necessarily want to run this for a whole long time. I don't need a ton all the time, but for a little bit. Yeah, I think those are still dying to entity cramming, but are we getting enough? We are getting a lot more. A lot more. It is still a lot. There's still a lot there, right? You use pandas? Pink slime bees are very easy to make and worth it. Okay, good to know. I will probably end up making them. Am I the only one that think it's crazy that we're using pandas in a mob slaughter factory? Does that not seem like a lot? Right? Right? Okay. All right. I'm glad I'm not the only person that thinks that. But we should have enough for now. I'm just going to turn this off real quick. And then if I'm being completely honest, that was a rabbit trail that I don't remember why we started. I know our end goal here is to make... Oh, that's right. Industrial port going. We're trying to progress in that so that we can get the stasis chambers and then all of the other stuff we need to farm the Warden to get soul lava, right? Not the pandas, right? You use polar bears? Oh my goodness. Ooh, that just seems like a lot. Maybe that's just me. I'll take credit there. Maybe that's just me. But that seems like a lot. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's crazy. Let's stasis chamber. That's what we were trying to make. I'm missing 2 netherrack. Do I not have a pattern for netherrack? Should have netherrack general. But this may be one of those things that gets pulled out of the system when I make it. I don't remember. No, it's not. Okay, so we should be fine now. So now we make stasis chamber. Stasis chamber, one coming right up. I could make several of these. Over-engineering is fun. Yeah, sure. That's what we want to call it. Over-engineering, yeah. Okay. In my head, what we're about to do should probably go into a building that looks like a jail, right? And we should have several setups for this because we're going to be pulling souls from a Warden, soul lava from a Warden, and we're also going to be needing to get our ether gas. So what if we took this spot here, made it look like a jail, and then set up 3. Oh, souls isn't? What? 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 Oh no. Oh, you're right. Okay, so never mind. We just need 2. That's so sad. That's so sad. I really thought there was. Okay. Well, in that case, we just need 2.
Effect Ray Chef says, you can shrink Warden and Wither to make the milking setup much more compact.
I saw that in a video yesterday by somebody who may or may not be in chat. Maybe. I believe you're using that, and then is it just a bottle? You just right click with a bottle, right? Is it just any normal bottle? Because if so, that's not bad at all. Yeah, just a glass bottle. Okay. Well, in that case, I think that is where we've been spawning him. But we do want to capture, right? And then I think I want to make sure that I have this set up right. How much smaller do we want him? Do I need him shrink all the way down? You don't have to, you just have to tag him with a personal. Okay. 0.5. Got it. Just leave it at 1. You just have to tag him and then you can put it. Whee! It just needs the effect. Okay, okay. In that case, gonna make him where I can make him easy to click. Good to know. I guess for 18 10 snow, Queen is blacklisted for containment jars. Ah, that's unfortunate. All right, let him do his thing. There's that and that. Sweet. Okay. Well, that was easy. That was really easy. You can even make it taller if you want. You can make it bigger and then put it in a bottle. That's actually funny.
Effect Ray Chef says, you can even make the bigger and put in a bottle.
Okay. So we're going to need to do some things here because I don't think I'm going to run out of power. But stuff really hits the fan if it does. Do we want to just make a compact machine for this? I don't need a big compact machine, but I am considering making a compact machine for this. Just because in case he ever does get out, I kind of don't want him running around everywhere, right? Yo, what's up, main log? How's it going? Mini tip, you don't have to contain the Snow Queen. If you have Drigmies nearby, we'll harvest her. Not sure if it's a glitch. Didn't hear it from me. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, compact machine walls. We need patterns. Compact machine walls. Easy. Small compact machine.
Lex Unam says,
Atom
if only
shrinking
Lex
module.
Unam had already suggested the best energy generation in the game.
If only he had. I vendor, we're doing that one. And then I think sticky piston is going to need a pattern. Does this, how do I know if it already has pattern? Encode pattern. Did I get the atom? So it doesn't have a pattern already. Okay. So sticky piston, that one. Then I need this guy. It's got everything. Okay. All right. That should be all of it. I wish I could just auto put all these in here instead of having to go one by one with them, but whatever. Okay, so that's a small one. I really want to make the bigger ones, right? Yo, what's up? How's it going? Not a glitch. Drigmies work with entities nearby in or out of the jars. Oh, okay. So you could like put it on a stasis chamber or something like that. The easiest energy generation is rushing star for a creative cube. Is that it? Just finished your live stream series from TTS 10. Happy to see you live now. Heck yeah. Live now. We're continuing on with it. All right. So, oh, so they don't build on each other. So I shouldn't have made that. Also, I don't know how big of one do I want? This giant. I know I've got obsidian, so I'm not worried about that. We'll just do that because whatever. Okay. Then we go. What was that thing called? This guy. I need to make a pattern for that. I don't think I'm going to ever have to make it again, but I'm going to make a pattern for it just because. One of those.
Effect Ray Chef says, Just make max size and only kunke load one chunk of it.
Yeah, but I feel like that's overkill, right? I could just do one compact machine. I don't know, because I want to make one for the mechanism thing, right? That's gonna need one. All right, here we go. You know, this is big enough. That's just one chunk, right?
Lex Unam says, is not overkill, occultism.
Show them. Okay, so it is just one chunk, right? Compact machine is 3x3 chunk one. Okay. Let's do this. Let's not overkill. There's no soul surging. Then white milk for soul lava. There's that stasis chambers going right there. We're gonna flux point it. Point that guy. Okay. Plug it in. It's good to go. I'm going to want all of my add-on tier 4s. One of those. Actually, I'm going to want a lot of these. A processing tier 4. All 3 of those. Nope. Processing does not. Speed and processing. Okay. Whoa. How am I in it? I'm 3 blocks away. My occultism set up his smooth stone platforms above my island. So yeah, so soul lava is what we're doing here. That's why we're getting at. Do I have to release him on top of that? And if so, is that the reason why I want to shrink him smaller? And then how far up do I need to go for all of the laser drills and such? And what all for that do I need? I haven't done that in a long time. Industrial foregoing. The blue one, blue laser. The dissolution chambers where we're making the blue laser. How about it go? Laser drill items. Fluid laser base, and then the laser drills. Okay. Laser patterns. That's the ore laser base. I need laser drills for sure. And then fluid laser base. The fluid laser base is the one that goes in the middle, right? This is going to go over his head. And then the laser drills are the ones that go in the ring on the outside. If I remember correctly. As long as the base is above its head, you should be... Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. That's what I was assuming. I'm thinking I put him down in the bottle. And then I'm probably going to shrink him down to a 1 block size. And then also I do need to remember to actually do that. Assuming that's the right one. I can only assume I'm in the right chunk there. Unfortunately, I can't see anything. It doesn't... Yeah, it's got to be that. Okay. No need for a massive setup either with a Warden milking, just a small one to get bees going. Okay. So, place him down there. Personal shrinking device. Make him a little smaller. That's the opposite of what I wanted to do. There we go. Perfect. So, then I just need some sort of blocks to be able to build up around it. Oh, you know what I didn't think about? Oh, he's actually crafting. Did I don't know if I chunk claimed and force loaded all of the other stuff. I have no clue if I did. Give me a second. I think I might have actually. That's the wrong thing. It is. Excellent. Except the one thing I needed. Okay. And then do that. Perfect. That's perfect. 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 F3G. Let's head back into the compact machine real quick. He's so small. Exactly. He's a little tiny dude. How many? So that's going to go there. I think the drills. We're gonna go out and around. I don't remember which way that faces, but I don't think that's it. If I remember right, do I have to like basically run a ring around the outside and then place them against this? Is that... No, they all go up like that. Is it because I'm too tall? It's facing correct. Okay, all right, perfect. That's all I wanted to know. I don't know why I don't think it is, or why my brain is telling me it's wrong.
Shift plus right click with shrieking thing from compact machines to set spawn point in the machine. That's
right. Thank you. I had forgotten that you could do that. I don't use compact machines very often. I don't know if you guys remember from my All the Mod 10 world, but I literally did this entire setup in my base. Now, I do appreciate that when you fly, it negates the stasis chamber effect thing. That's nice. In industrial, we're gonna grab that one laser base real quick because I do need to put that down. All of those need upgrades, don't they? That's the efficiency. I should have 8 of one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need 12. Okay. So 12 of each of them. Processing. Is this the one I'm making right now? Speed. So speed I have 8 of. I need 4 more speeds. You might need more stasis chambers too. I hope not. We're gonna place that down right there. This guy goes right here. We'll break that. Nothing has power yet, and I'm kind of intentionally keeping it that way. For the time being, until I can get all of the... Actually, we've got the processing upgrades in the... Oh, I already have flux points on me. I've got all the upgrades in the stasis chambers, so we should theoretically be fine. Especially since the base doesn't have any upgrades yet. Toss that down right there. So, is this gonna... Oh, I need that blue laser thing, don't I? Laser... That guy. In the dissolution chamber, that's gonna need to be a pattern. Bingo. Pattern. I gotta go back home.
Says, I strongly suggest to use minimum 2 stasis chambers with tier 4 and 3x3 of each side of drills to get it fast.
Okay.
Perfect Ray Chef says, did you remember the blue lens?
No, I didn't remember the blue lens. Why would I have remembered the blue lens? Crazy talk. In here, I should be able to find it. Even if I have to scroll way down, there's a dissolution chamber, so that should allow me to make the blue lens as soon as this is done. I just can't tick accelerate because I'm not there. But these are almost done. Those are our efficiencies. We've got speed. I got my blue laser lens. Let's throw that in there real quick and see if we start getting anything. We are. Make sure you're not gonna... Ah, he's not losing health. Okay. So we do have some soul lava. The only thing from there is I need to find a way to pull it out and put it in my... I wouldn't even bother with upgrades. 1 or 2 buckets should be enough. That's fine. That makes sense. I gotta go record and stream. Keep you up so I keep... Hey, thank you so much, Cryptex. I appreciate it. Have fun. Entangle porters. I could do that. I also was just thinking about using like an ender tank or something like that. Just storage bus. If I do that, I gotta get the quantum rings set up, which I don't have any of yet. But it's not like a bad idea. I just don't have it yet. Ender tank, yeah. Ender tank. Ender tank. That guy. We're gonna set up patterns for these because I don't want to have to mess with it again. And then I need a cauldron pattern. And then we can put both of those in here. Everything's patterns. You'll notice that? 2 of those, start it up. And then I'm gonna put one right on top of there. And there should be a thing where I can push, right? Output, soul lava. Push to the top. Perfect. I don't want to add upgrades. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Maybe not a ton, but at least some. Make sure he's not dying. No, he's staying fine. Processing. Trying to find a balance here. Can I add more? Ooh. Okay. Okay, so now we're there. I don't know if they changed anything on this, but last time I was doing it, I was able to do tier 4 everything on all the machines, and it was just fine. Yeah, okay, okay. Well, that's all the upgrades I have. And we're up to a bucket of soul lava. And that guy's not going to die. Oh, you don't have efficiency? Yeah, exactly. We figured that out. We got that. You just set the magma generator. Nice. Very cool. Okay. That guy should be fine. Soul lava is going to come in. I'm going to reset this real quick to this to match soul lava. I'm not going to reset it because I've already got it there. All right. Flesh home, that should stay. Okay. Do I import bus from the intertank into the system and have it stored locally? Or do I just set this down and put a storage bus on it? Because I could literally put one cable.
You can make Tools environment controller to heal Warden and go ham with upgrades.
That's true. Import? Okay, walk me through why we would do that instead of just like an ME storage bus right there. Intertank can auto output to a fluid drawer. Not a bad idea. Nitro reactors from power are my go-to. I always try to rush them. That's what I do as well. That is what all of these are. My entire wall is actually made of the nitro reactors. Just enable auto output too. How do I enable auto output on that? Is there like an interface I can get to with this guy? I assume that this does something with that. It's the wheel on the front can be spinned to auto. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Ray Chef says that wheel on its front can be spinned to auto output.
Drawer. Let's do a fluid drawer. I don't love it there. We're gonna move it to here. And then upgrade. And then also going to lock it after. And then link it after as well. And then we just got to pick this up, break that, pick this dude up, put him down right there. You're saying spin it and it'll auto output? Or orange to the top is auto output. Okay. Drawer. Oh, drawer is locked. Of course the drawer's locked. That should be fast enough, but be able to lock it back now. And then also link it. All right, we have soul lava. Thank goodness. Okay, so from here, I got to get that soul lava into our whatever, the foundry thing, right? Locked again. I don't know how that always gets me. I don't know what mod to do first or what part. So here's what I always do, because I have that a lot. I either
Torrid
come in
Sun
here.
says, you have dripping upgrades on the drawer. That is lava, not soul alva.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Give me 2 seconds and I'll answer that other question. How do I get it out? We're gonna give me 2 seconds here. We're gonna set this down. That's just gonna start filling up with lava too. How do I get the lava out of there? Because I'm not gonna be able to get the half bucket out, am I? Put that back in there. Is there an easy way to just dump? Pipe it into a fluid trash can.
Effect Ray Chef says, pipe it to fluid trash can.
That is a fantastic idea. Why would I put it there? Why would I put it in the one place that I can't pipe it? Pipe wrench. Bingo bango. And now I just voided all of my soul lava. Nice. Nice. Heck yeah. Hey, short question. I built a quantum computer off your video, but I want to craft insanium. But he only used 1 infusion crystal. What can I do? Make yourself the quantum... I'm going to say the quantum computer. Give me 2 seconds. It's not the multi-block. It's a single block. You're looking for this guy right here, the quantum crafter. And then make the patterns and put them in here and enable them all. That's really what you're looking to do. Okay, so we've got soul lava coming in again. It just make sure is it linked to the system? I don't think it is yet, but I need to lock it first. Now it's locked. Now it's linked. Okay. That was a mess, but we're there. We got it. Okay, the question earlier I was going to answer was, how do I know what mod to do first? In To the Sky, because they're not finished with the quest yet, because they decided to release it way early. What I always do is go look at the end goal, right? End goal is to make this all the mod star. Look at the things you have to craft for this, and then just pick one. Just pick one and go for it. So I tend to start with things that are maybe a little bit on the easier side. So like something like the philosopher fuel or something like that. And then I just figure out what's in here and what I need to do to make these things, and then go start working on one of them, right? So like the ender generator, not hard to make. Go try making that and then work on the next one and so on and so forth. It makes it a little bit easier just to start with one thing. It's also more digestible. Artools Crafter is much easier. It is insanely powerful. You can still do some things outside it despite... yeah, it is powerful, but let me tell you that quantum computer is like... The quantum crafter is ridiculously fast and will keep up. Like, I think it crafted 3 million inferium essence into insanium in like under 5 minutes. Like, it's really quick. And it requires almost no setup whatsoever other than making the patterns. Yeah. Okay, so we got soul lava. I do think there are some things I have to change with the foundry to be able to use that though, right? I have to change the coils at the bottom. Is that a crazy thought I've had? Or is that right? Well, I didn't exactly mean to do that. Oh, meat. Can I get that out of there? It's feeding lava into here, so I need it to feed soul lava into there, don't I? I hate why. I've got to get that song off this playlist. I've got to get that song off this. It's got to happen. At some point, it will. It hasn't happened yet, but at some point I will. I need to place a crafter. I'd say make superheated energy coils. Superheated energy coils. Superheated. Those? So that's not what you're talking about, right? Energy coils? Energy coil. All right, I'm out of ideas here. Coil. High-powered heating coils, these guys? Probably the wrong name, that's fine. Artools Crafter can also change to a fast mode. Costs more power, handles most farms. That makes sense, that makes sense. Are these what I'm looking for? Yeah, that, okay. High-powered, so I take the powered and I pour soul lava on it. So I'm going to replace all of the heating coils down there with this, right? How many are there? I think I'm just going to break them all. Okay, I've made 16 liquid heating coils. I'm going to need to place those back down, aren't I? Those plus a capacitor using energy instead of soul lava. Okay. Powered heating coils. Oh, those are actually really cheap. Let's make a pattern for that real quick. Powered heating coils. Pattern. I am going to assume that I need 16 of these. 16 of those. Start it. And then I'm going to need soul lava in here to pour onto these to make those. So I got to go put all of these back down. Whee. Perfect. I think, oh, I was really hoping that would have drained it. It definitely did not. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to need to not have lava in there and instead have soul lava in there, right? In which case, did I just break that foundry tank? And then also maybe move the fluid tank over here? You can break the controller and place it again to clear it. Beautiful. Okay. So then I need to replace the foundry tank, right? Tank. Because we're going to have to put soul lava in here, I believe. How am I getting soul lava? You don't need lava for this process. Just right click the drain with a bucket of soul lava to put it in it. Oh, okay. That's so much easier. Or you can pipe it in directly in. We'll just do that. We'll just do what you said. Grab me some buckets real quick. And then soul lava should be easy to find. So right click to, did it say how many buckets I needed per heating? Oh, that's not what I want. Please don't pull. Please don't pull. I really don't want to void all of my soul lava again. That would be ideal. So that, and then what am I doing wrong? Do I need the lava in there? Drain, not tank. Hey, that checks out. Okay, so I gotta put these in here, right? Tap into the drain. Oh, okay, all right. Hey, I'm stupid, but I figured it out eventually. All right, give me the smallest, tiniest little bit of credit there. We did eventually get to what we were trying to do. It may have taken me 8 years longer than it should have, but we did get there. John not listening to chat. I'm trying to listen to chat again. John just didn't understand. But we did eventually get there. So I do need to make 16 of these. So that's going to be quite a few more buckets of soul lava. And me sitting here for 8 years waiting for this to drain. How many can that hold? A lot. 4. All right. Let me get all the empty buckets out. Get all those on the hot bar. Go ahead and get the next one going real quick. 3. I've got 6 more. 7's in. 8, 9. Grab some more soul lava. You can time wand both the basin and the tap, both to cast and cool it faster. Good to know. I'm going to be honest, though. I'm not making soul lava fast enough, really, for that to matter. Like, we're not getting it in super quickly here, right? Will I need a lot of netherrack? That's a great question. I haven't looked too much into it. I also haven't beaten the pack yet. I was just told the other day that I'm going to need a ton of oak logs, which kind of surprised me, but we'll see. So I don't know is the answer. I do know that it's really easy to make netherrack. So if you do end up needing it, there's a billion ways to make it. All right, I'm going to be impatient here. This. The pouring process does take a little bit, right? You don't need that much netherrack? Okay. Make sure they're all still the same. 6 of those. This one. We're down to the wire here. More soul lava. We got 2 more buckets, okay. Okay. Grab that out. Put another one in. Start the pouring. We're up to 8. That's half. So what was the other thing you said I needed to get, Tortson? Because you were saying get these. And then you were saying there was something else so that I can just use power for it instead of something else. Time on the tap to... Yeah. Where did all of my high-powered things go? 9 high-powered, 10 high-powered. Okay. Grab that, put this one in, pour it again. The capacitor. What do you need from Mine Colony and ATM 10 for the star? I don't think you need anything from Mine Colonies for the star. Someone feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I don't think there's a single thing from Mine Colonies that you actually need for the star. I think it's just there so people can use it if they want it. All right, we got another one. We're down to just needing a couple more here. I just need 3 more buckets. Should I make a generator for it or not? I have a generator for it just so that I can go through the sieving process. But at this point, the stuff that you get from it, netherrack, it's like not anything that I really need very much of anymore. If that makes sense, I'll go take a look at it real quick. Sieving. The block generator, that's how to make it, isn't it? Is this what you get from it? No. I don't remember. I'd have to go look at the sieving stuff, but I do remember that we're kind of past the need for it, if that makes any sense. 3 more buckets of soul lava. We've got basically 2 of them. Good progress. All right, we'll get that one going. Get that sped up a little bit. There's a second one. Pull that out, put this in, start it up. One more. Those 3 buckets that got voided earlier. I don't want to talk about it. But you're right. That's exactly what happened. That's the last one there. We're up to half. Okay. I'm just going to go break all the ones I've got in there for now. Perfect. What happened there? I don't know what that was or why it glitched, but it did. Love sky rats. Sky rats are my favorite. Okay. Last bucket, we got it. Perfect. That was great timing, actually. Bucket, tap. Speed it up. Pull that guy out. Perfect. All right, all 16 we now have. Do I need to put a capacitor in here? Isn't there an item just to disable phantoms? I don't know. I haven't seen one if there is. Does the capacitor need to go in there? Or does the capacitor go... Capacitor replaces the tank. Close? Black foundry capacitor. Block casting molten redstone onto black fire bricks. Black fire bricks. Make me that. Black fire bricks. I need redstone. Didn't see how much redstone though. Molten. How hard is that to get? It can't be too bad, right? You might need the liquid coils and lava again. I hope not. I really hope not. I won't have to put it all back in. You just need a foundry to melt redstone. Okay, so theoretically, okay, there are all my liquid coils. If I don't know how much I put in there. Oh, it's not required fuel. Okay, so I do have to put some lava into there. Some. So now it works. Tell me it doesn't have the required fuel. Do I need to pull it back out and put it back in? Oh, that needs the liquid coils again? Goodness. I don't know what's going on there. We're going to take those. And those are going to be back in there, aren't they? Give me a second. Man, phantoms are so annoying. Invalid blocks. Well, that would be because you placed them in the wrong spot. Liquid heating coils. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 4 that are missing. And I cannot get into this. How do I get them out of there? Okay, you guys got to go. You guys are the most annoying things in the entire world. There's more liquid coils in the controller. Yes. How do I get them out? Or am I just gonna have to make 4 more of these? How are they already back? I have disabled them near my spawn, but just not here, I guess. All right, that's not bad. Let's make 4. We'll put them in. And then we can grab the other coils out. All right, you good now? You good now. Grab all these. Liquid meat in there, great. How much redstone did I need for the capacitor? Scroll in here. I think we got them all. Oh, there they are. Black foundry capacitor. Block casting. I need 1 block and 1 pile, so 10. 4, 8, 9, 10. Right? We agree? And then hope the meat doesn't come out first. I can select what comes out, right? Yeah. Yeah. 1 block, 1 pile. Tap. I think I did that right. Should I make, what gens should I have? The 2 that I have are up in here, and I don't remember which ones they are. I do have a netherrack generator, and then I have a deep slate generator. Those are the 2 that I'm running. Okay, so this capacitor thing, you said is supposed to replace that. That. And then I can put power in there with a point. And of course, everything just goes in here. Why did it do that? That seems like an odd thing for it to have done. But I don't care, whatever. I've got 16 of these. Okay. And then I should just have to break this thing to get all the random crap out. Break that. And then place it back down. Okay. And then I got the points on me already. Dude, our inventory is filling up like crazy. Are we good? So now I should be able to just put soul lava in here and not need it to do stuff, right? You need obsidian too, but the block generator is very slow for that. Yeah, I do have an obsidian drawer. I forgot about that one. Okay. I need to clean this inventory out because I got too much just absolute junk in here. All right, much better. Much better. Oh, you don't need soul lava at all. Okay, but what about for like creating the bees that you have to pour the soul lava on? I know I don't need it to power it anymore, but that's what we're trying to get to here, right? Is making, like, first of all, the soul lava bee. Which I may or may not make. I don't think I'm going to care that much about that one. But I do really care about, like, all the modium bee spawn egg. That one. Item casting. So I need molten aldemodium onto an ancient bee spawn egg. That shouldn't be too bad. So I basically just need to make an ancient bee. Which should be simple enough, maybe. Because I should have the ender bee and the lapis bee that I can breed. That's an incubator. That's a breeding chamber. So then I need a cage, a couple flowers. You don't need soul lava bee because you don't need soul lava. That makes sense. That's actually makes a lot of sense. Flowers. Poppy. Got it. I don't think do I make a full hive? That's the question. Do I make a full hive of each of the aldemodium or bees? And I don't have a good answer to that question yet, but I'm leaning towards yes, probably. I think. What other, do I not have just like a lot of a single type of flower? That would be so convenient if I did. I definitely do not. Sunflowers, I guess, are my best bet. I had one of each bee, and in the end, I was missing a bit of unobtainium. Okay. All right, we'll do that then. So in that case, what I can only assume is that I'm going to need 5 of each for each. So I don't think I need any for all the or for diamond or netherite. That's fine. But I think I'm gonna need 15 of these bees total. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4. You're right, I probably do get enough aldemodium from sieving. I agree. They're just going to keep making them. I forgot about that. I've got my 15, though, so I'm going to throw 2 of those back. I need a ton of honey tree. Make me a bunch of those real quick. And then I'm just going to take a couple stacks with me because I've got to grow all of these bees. All right, 11 of them. Perfect. All right, all of those are grown now. Now I need to take all of those and turn them all into netherite bees or ancient bees. Ancient bee is blocks of netherite. Okay. Blocks. Let's just go with netherite because I don't know if I actually have blocks of netherite. Oh, I do. I've got a lot of them. You should have lots of chorus flowers. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Chorus fruit. I have 29,000 chorus flowers. Hello, how did you get the speedier upgrade with the Nautilus? I used this guy right here. This is the Marine Fisher. And then I have these in here where there's one of each of the ink sacs and the Nautilus shells so that I can keep those things coming in and ignore most of the other things that are coming in like that, right? Because most of the other stuff I don't care, want, or need. So that way I actually keep a ton of the Nautilus shells and the ink sacs. And the Marine Fisher is actually pretty easy to make, and I could make it a lot faster by increasing those efficiency, speed, and processing upgrades. But at this point, I think I've got enough of everything I need. It should last me for forever. And that was not my own design. That was, once again, one of the million things that Chad has told me that I needed to do that turned out to be like a really good idea. All right, we're going to grab cages real quick because I don't want these bees wandering too far off. We got to convert all of these over real quick. Thank you so much, Lifesaver. Hey, I try my best. If I get good information, I'll share good information, you know? Okay, one more there. 4. I really appreciate the fact that these bees stop when they are converted or changed at all. Why is there still one? Oh, that is already an ancient bee. Okay. Making sure I'm not missing anything. If you hold a flower on your offhand, the bees won't fly away. Is it really that? Like if I... Oh my goodness. That's so much easier. That's so much easier. How have I never known about this? You don't understand the struggle of trying to catch a bee that's flying away or trying to transform it. And it's like playing an FPS game because they fly away so darn fast. Okay, all of those are ancient bees now. So that one too. 1, 2, 7, 7 is 14. Why am I missing one? Oh, because he's still on the ground. 15. Okay, cool. Drowned in a hostile network. Drowned in a hostile network. What will that do? They get you more flowers or what? Oh, or you're currently drowning in hostile networks. So those are all my ancient bees. So I need to take these and squish them, I believe. Make sure we got bottles in here. We do not. And grab a stack of bottles. Throw the bottles in there. How necessary is the glass around this? Or, you know, the blocks just in general around it. Like that. All right, there's one. I'm gonna turn on that so I don't lose any of them. That's all 15. I need a centrifuge now, which I don't think I have here. They're over there. But I kind of don't want any of that stuff being pulled back into the wrong place. So also, I think it'll burn if I use anything other than the powered one. We'll throw the powered one down. Grab me a flux point real quick. A pint. Yeah, that'll work. Flux point. Right there. Hook it up to the network. Perfect. Any zombie underwater equals drowned. How do you get the drowned? Oh yeah, you create a pool of water and then spawn some zombies near it. Okay. Speedier upgrades, maybe? Speedier. Perfect. Do these have those? One of them does. Okay. I probably should work on getting speedier upgrades for most of those. But whatever for now. Take all these out. I got burned once on this, where it decided to not give me everything back. Where's my gene indexer? I'm going to put all of this into here. Oh, it just doesn't give you 100% back? I thought if... Nah, that's dumb. Okay, so I'm not going to actually get the right number of bee spawn eggs here. And that is going to have to be okay. Maybe I just end up doing this for every single one of them. I end up doing 15 bees to try to get 5 bee spawn eggs. Okay. One of those. 2 of those. I should be able to fit 3 worth. Yeah. All that goes in there. And I'm just going to try to keep it all in here for a minute. I'll show you SFM code for bees. For this part of bees? For the the squishing part? Or what? And that one... I'm down to 1 more. I can go ahead and throw it in there and have it working while I dump all this out. All right, last one there. So I'm just looking at the type. Oh, it automatically put them all together for me. So I got 3.5-ish. That's garbage. Well, okay, I guess we keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if I did 15 and I got 3.5, another 10 should more than do it, right? If I only had 1 of each. No, that makes a lot of sense. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're out of flowers. So now we're going to grab chorus fruit for that. And we're going to grab full stacks of them. But it should be easier now that I know that I can just hold the chorus fruit while I transform all the bees. Cage, so close. Cage, grab the bee cages. In Discord for breeding and growing, etc. Okay, give me just a second. Oh, I can transform them while they're small. They took the flower though. Well, okay, we're just gonna grow them up. Incubator, honey treats, diamond bee. Give me a bunch more honey treats. Honey treats. All of those. So diamond bees there, and I got 1 ancient bee here. So those are all going to be transformed. I need more bee cages. Place a bunch of vitalic source links on the ground. They will make the bees grow. I could do that, but I mean, it really doesn't cost me too much. Diamond bee, this one, catch him. I didn't actually grab the cages. So I'm going to run out of those pretty quickly. Did I just place him down and pick him back up? I think I did. That's not... No, I want the cage. Oh, I'm fumbling. Okay. 6 more. Let me grab some... Make 100 more of those. Why does it say I have 50 diamond bees? Definitely don't. Bee cages. There we go. Okay, everything finally caught back up and reset to what it actually is.
Lex Unam says,
okay.
Check the code, John. It will help you a lot. You need a stock from AE to have always cages and other stuff.
Input Bee cage breeder, forget. Smasher has a bottle in it. Oh, every tick. It's adding FE to everything. Okay, so this is actually breeding all the bees, right? It's not bad. How much time do we think that's actually going to save me? I think is the question. I'm gonna have to turn restock off because that's gonna get. Oh no, it's back. Okay. Hello. All of the good stuff. Okay. I don't think it's going to be hard, and I think I will set that up eventually. Can somebody tell me why this is not working? Do I have to place against... Oh, placed against the back. Okay. Someone's still a child. Well, that makes sense. It'll work now. Jeez. There we go. Okay. Whole bunch of squish bee material. Once again. I do want to... I got 3 more ancient bees. Okay. Get rid of the rest of the crap out of here real quick. All of that should be able to go back. And then I'm looking at just grabbing a bunch of gene samples real quick. Grab it all. One more and I can fit most of that and then throw that in there. Okay. We're up to 4 and that one's at 82%, so we're close. I think we're just going to keep going with this for a little bit because I am going to need a bunch of these if I plan on doing 5 of the other Aluminium bee types as well. Throw all it in there. And then actually after we get done with these 2, we make our bee spawn eggs. And then we go make our Aluminium bees. Actually, we make the Aluminium bee spawn eggs and we make the Vibranium bees. We should at least get some pipes to automatically send the gene samples into the indexer. Can you do that? 100% I should do that. Insert sunk time fallacy message here. Why don't you use 4 trapdoors and a fence to hold the poles and the bees in place? I just didn't care too much about the setup itself. I just really threw that together. What do we end up with? 6 full ones and a 68%. Okay. 3, 4, 5. I don't care about the rest of that. Honey treats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me some eggs. Egg. All right, we got some eggs. That goes in here. Is that not right? Eggs there, honey treats here. Okay. 5 ancient bee spawn eggs. And then I need all Aluminium. Does anyone know if SFM code can move source? I've never tried that before. So Aluminium bee spawn eggs. 4 ingots for each. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should be 20. Okay, we're going to do this real quick. We're going to make the Vibranium bees first. Because I think Tortsen's right. I think I'm going to get plenty of all the mode. In fact, I've got like 500,000 nuggets already. I don't think I need more Aluminium. I think I'm fine there. I think I have more than enough already for the rest of the entire playthrough. So I think my plan is instead, I need one of the casting tables, don't I? Casting. Wow. Table. Man, it's so hard to type one-handed. that guy. What we need. There's a way to liquefied source and transfer it, but I know it's in all of my sent to this guy. Should be. That's a source condenser. Gotcha. I've never messed with that before. Casting table. So I need to break this real quick. Put this here. And we're going to add ancient bees. And all that should be molten. Okay. We'll do this. And then I'm going to grab the 20 vibranium as well. Perfect. So grab that out. All right. I don't remember who said it earlier, but we're going to speed that up. We're going to speed this up. Pull it out. Put that in. Pull it out. Put that in. Dude, I do not understand what's going on with this, but the numbers are not making any sense to me at all. It keeps feeling like it's glitching out really bad and then catching back up. But either way, stop being. There's that. Okay. We're going to get 5 vibranium bee spawn eggs. We're going to spawn them in. And those are going to be the first ones we use. That's all 5 of them. Excellent. Restock mode is so it is really weird sometimes. Yeah. And I'm glad you guys are seeing it because otherwise I'd feel like I'm going crazy, right? And like something like I'm doing is causing it, but it's not. It's just being dumb. Okay, grab me cages. 4 or 5 of them. And then Omega. It's not, you know, I could be doing something dumb that's causing it, but 4 of those. Start those real quick. 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got all 5 of those. It's probably going to take a minute to get those Omegas. Do I have any other, like a simulation I could use at the meantime? I can make one, but it's going to take just as long. I'll just wait for 1. 5 is overkill. 1 with Omega upgrades was enough for me. I know, but so far I've done a full hive of everything. And I kind of like the concept of it a little bit. That's kind of why I'm doing it. Those are just normal bees. That's fine. All right, so we're going to do vibranium block right there. It looks like it's getting closer to the end. Yeah, it's not bad. It's going. Doing its thing. All right. Gonna lie, I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. I might grab a snack here in just a second. Oh, how do I power my furnace? What do you mean? What furnace are you using? Just in general? In general, if you want to power a furnace, is a good way to have constant fuel injected into my golden furnace. If you have power sources, you can use the factory upgrade for it. And that will allow you to power your furnace, and that's probably the best way to go. Can you show your bee setup real quick, please? Absolutely, I'd love to. I'm actually incredibly proud of it. However, please note that this took strong inspiration from somebody else's channel. His name is The Voos. He has a setup very similar to this. I don't understand. They may be just pulling them out really quick. Where basically I have SFM powering everything. So there is an SFM manager in here for productive bees. Underneath, I'll show you in just a second. Underneath, I'll just go ahead and show you. There are SFM cables run to every single one of the beehives around. So all the beehives have SFM cables run to them. And then it's connected to the manager in the middle. And basically what the manager does is it pulls all of the combs out from, like, the vibranium combs out of what we were just looking at, and it puts them into the heated centrifuges that are also hooked up with SFM cables. It puts the combs in here, puts them in there, and then once the product is outputted here, it takes all of that and puts it into the ME interface, so it goes back into the ME system. So, case in point, I should be getting a whole bunch of vibranium nuggets because of all the vibranium combs that are being processed. And then the output is taken and put in here and then into our system. Hopefully that makes sense. So basically there's a manager here that gathers everything and tells everything where to go. If that helps at all. And like I can speed this up to a pretty solid amount. And as long as I speed up everything on the inside too, it should keep up with it pretty well. Or worst case, it just stores it all right in here until there are centrifuges open to take it. But what I could do to make that even better, I need to add a whole bunch of these speedier upgrades. So that way all the centrifuges are actually faster. Thank you. Do they have the code somewhere? Yes, actually, two things. Number one, it is in the Discord. That's where we keep it. And so that way we can update it and change it if we find anything different. Second of all, Lex is actually the one that wrote the code. Put Omega into your centrifuge. I don't think Omega can go into the centrifuge. Oh, it can. Is that new? When did that happen? Somebody tell me that's new, right? Yeah, no problem at all. That's got to be new, right? Or am I just actually crazy? I've never seen that before. 3 speedier, 1 Omega is the best option from what I saw, but I didn't test. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen the fact that you can put Omegas in there. I have always just put 4 speediers because I thought that was all you could do. I'm just trying to get a multiple of 4. That way I can stop doing partials and like actually call it there. You know what? We got one more left. We're just going to do the last one here. And so that way all the front side has them. Clips, alloy, ferrochrome, combs. Ferrocore is just sending out combs. Oh, that's because it doesn't have Omegas in there. There are a lot of these that don't have Omegas. I mean, I guess I probably don't need it and it doesn't matter. Maybe it was changed. Okay. Yeah, because I don't think I've ever seen that. These are going like crazy fast now. It works really well with the speedier upgrades. But I had no clue that you could put Omegas in there. Could be new to TTS. Yeah, it probably is. I don't know if anybody else has ever seen that before. Because that is definitely new to me, and I've done a lot with productive bees in the past. All right, so hopefully that's fast enough where if I really wanted to, we could like really crank the vibranium up and like have it go. Where's the, I think there's one last Omega upgrade. Unless I put it in here already. I did. So 256 there. I'm just going to pull some out because I think 250... Oh, no, it can keep up with most of that. It's new. Okay. The only reason I know is because I saw in the video from the Voos a few days ago. Hey, there you go. You'll learn something new every day. Or most days. Some days you'll learn new things. Today I definitely did. All right, we got Vibranium now. That's a huge step in the right direction. So the next question is, how about that Vibranium smithing template? What about that guy? I think Vibranium blocks are going to be pretty easy at this point. Make both those so we have them. And then I think it takes a bunch of all the ammonium ingots. Do I have that as a pattern yet? Not there. all the modium we do have, but I don't have it as a pattern. I probably should set that up. Okay. And then do that real quick so I have enough. Once again, creating an overcomplicated setup for butt matching. That's funny. All right. I think I want to create some more of these real quick. But in order to do that, I need more netherite. Netherite ingots. I want to do that and add a 0 to the end. All right, start that real quick. That should keep me up with plenty of netherite. All the modium template should also be pretty easy. And I'm just going to make a bunch of these because I really don't know how many I'm going to need. And at this point, honestly, they're pretty cheap. Because netherite, I've got more than I could ever dream of using. All right, 200, that's plenty. All right, Vibranium. Smithing template. And then I don't have enough of that, so I've got enough to make 50 blocks. Do that real quick. I'll throw some of these in here. 22 Vibranium smithing templates. That ought to be enough for now. We could go ahead and upgrade all of our armor. Get all the way to all the modium today, or via unobtainium today. That could be a thing. Once I have the Vibranium pickaxe, I can also mine unobtainium, right? I don't think I even have an all-the-modium pickaxe. So we're going to take those iron effectiveness against all blocks. That's dumb. Eclipse alloy can mine... Oh, so I can already mine unobtainium. There you go. All right. Well, then I don't really need to make a pick. There's no point in doing that. If I can already mine it, let's just go to the inn and gather some unobtainium up. And then go wild with it. Let me, real quick, I'm going to grab a snack. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I think the only downside on that is my current Eclipse alloy pixel has silk touch on it. Can I disable that?
Lex Unam says, maybe yours rear questioning why I'm creating such a mega overcomplicated setup for butt magic, but I don't know either.
So the magmatic generator is going to be struggling for one of two reasons. Either it doesn't have enough power or enough magma, right? Enough lava. Or because it literally can't create enough power. It's going to be one of those two. Am I even in? Oh, this is just the normal. No, this is not. So check into those two things first. Because I had to swap off of the magmatic generators pretty quickly. Because similar to you, it just wasn't making enough power for me. They changed the... No, they didn't. Okay. I was like, I didn't look like unobtainium. There's not an easy way to get a sight potion, is there? There's still the Azure Silver. I'll grab a destruction gadget. It won't delete the Oreo. Oh, that's actually a great point. It deletes everything else. That is a really, really good idea. All right. I think I can. We want everything maxed out, right? Destruction gadget can go crazy. You can just delete the entire island. Hey, there it is. I saw some of it. Quite a bit there, actually. I feel like what I should do is go grab some fortune for this pick. I don't think that's going to be difficult to get. And then once I have some fortune...
Easy.
Yeah, that was actually incredibly easy. Great point. We can mine it, and then we use the hammer on it to duplicate it, and then that should be more than enough unobtainium for us to make the unobtainium B. The only downside is that means I gotta make another like 20... I think we ended up making like 23 of ancient bees. But we do have enough now. Yeah, no, this was actually really easy. Doing this kills your FPS. Yeah, no, it kind of tends to do the same to mine. And it's only because they have to have that whole like phasing out thing for the blocks. I think if that wasn't there, it'd be fine. But plenty of that here now. So let's do this. We slash home. We are going to... I don't really need that on the hotbar anymore. Throw that back in there. I don't need that. We're going to run over to here. Library of Alexandria should have some sort of fortune. Fortune 5 is more than enough for me. Need an anvil. Throw that down here. Fortune 5 splash back. Then make sure I got my magnet. Oh, we want the magnet on. And then we mine all of this. Okay, it's red at the top. How sure are we that this can actually mine this? It cannot. It can, in fact, not. Hey, I did an 8x one. It's not working fine. How do you get the terminal on your body all the time? There is this thing called the wireless universal terminal. And it has a slot in here that you can throw it in. And then you just have to have a keybind. Oh, the Paxil. That makes sense. Well, in that case, let's do this real quick. I want to make pickaxe. I'm going to need one of those, one of these, one of those. We're going to need one of these, and one of those. And we'll just grab one of the normal diamond pickaxes we have here. Did I set smith? I don't think I set the smithing table back down. I did not. Okay, smithing table. You. How do I get that off? Is it an enchantment remover? A disenchanting table? It's one of those two. I just can't remember which one. A disenchanter? Is that the one I want? I want whatever gives me the book back. I could do the anvil plus obsidian. The disenchanter from Draconic.
Lex Unam says, Industrial Enchantment Extractor.
That would work too. Alright, let me grab me a book. You and you. That's actually so clean. I really like that UI. Alright, put that back. Now, we try again. Yes, it works. Beautiful. All right, I've got a question. Does anybody know why you can't ulti-mine the aluminum ores? Because I've wondered that for a very long time. You can't, and it's annoying. Like, I don't know if they just want them to actually be slower to mine. Like, is that the whole point? You do know why? If so, please share. I remember mining unobtainium with the Eclipse Alloy Paxil. Yeah, the Paxil I think works. I think because I have the pickaxe, it didn't. Because I'm for some reason stubborn and don't use the Paxil very often. Like, I can't remember the last time I actually made a Paxil. Which is, I agree, probably dumb. But here we are. Lex, if you know the reason, could you share it? I'm dying to know.
Says,
here we go.
BCS the ADN team striked again, but also to prevent easier that quarries or other stuff breaks and or delete them. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with all the nerfs part. The quarry part, why can't you quarry them? I feel like that shouldn't be... I don't know. It should just be like any other ore. Like, if you really want them to be hard to get, then make them hard to find. Not just where you have to actually manually mine them. That seems like a... I don't know, that to me is like the same as the nerf in all the mods 9 where they make it where you can't fly in the Twilight Forest just to slow down the progression arbitrarily. Seems like the nerf forgot to nerf the Paxil. Yeah, for real. I won't say anything if you won't. Some quarries are break only or void. Okay. I mean, that makes sense, but... I don't know. I agree, right? You can't quarry it, but there's still bees or mystical ag essence that could do it. That, like, what? I feel like a lot of times the nerfs are, for lack of a better word, just arbitrary. There seems to be a lack of reason or justification to them, in my own personal humble opinion. All right, we're gonna get in here. Unobtain any more. Hammer. And then we're gonna go furnace all this the wrong way. But then I should have all the ultimonium I should, or unobtainium I should really ever need for that. At least to make my poor little bees. So unobtainium, I need 20 for the bees. I need 1 block for them to feed on. And then I need to make, actually I'm gonna have to go through the Vibranium bees too. So let's grab 20 Vibranium ingots. 18, I need 20. Grab the ultimonium ones. And then I'm going to need some netherite blocks to transform them again. I'll need the porous flower. Let's see. Way too many stupid, pointless nerfs and ATM packs, but if they actually make progression harder, people won't like the pack since they won't be in Z anymore, so the only nerfs are pointless nerfs. Yeah, exactly. Like, at that point, why do it, right? That's kind of one of the many reasons why I feel like making a kitchen sink pack that doesn't do that is fun. Also, why I really like the Feed the Beast packs is because there's just so many less arbitrary nerfs like that. Like, the things that they nerf actually make sense, you know? Okay, I need cages. And then we got to go breed a whole bunch more diamond bees. Make a video on Forbidden and Arcanus. I should. There's a lot there, though. Like, a lot there. FTB is a lot better for kitchen sink, in my opinion. FTB Skies give JDT tools durability. How does that make any sense? I don't remember that one. I am, like, more specifically referring to the fact that the Just Dire Things packs allow you to, like, use clickers and stuff with time wands, and, like, there's a lot of things that are a little bit more easy to use. I didn't really realize that the JD tools had durability. Like, I know naturally they have durability based off of power, right? But that's interesting. Let's see. Pipe. I'm doing what Tortzen asked me to do. That way I don't have to mess around with too much of this. Disconnect that. Pulling from here. Oh, and that is also the wrong one. And we're going to put it into there. That way everything goes straight into the gene indexer. So I've got 1 already. I should just need 5. 1.5. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seeing both JDT tools premium having durability added to them. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't seem to remember it. But I'll take your word for it. 15, 16, 17. That should be enough. Should be more than enough, honestly. Incubator, I'm gonna need a bunch of honey treats. Honey trees, bunch of those. I miss ATM 10, no chance percent for bees. I agree, dude. I should have just kept my mouth shut about that one. I really should have. One of the 180 things that I get comments on a daily basis saying, like, hey, they changed this. And I'm like, I know. I can't do anything about it. Because I included that in so many different videos because I thought it was intentional. Only to come to find out that it was not. And then it eventually gets nerfed. And now all my videos are incorrect because I was unaware. It's great. We love it. We love all the nerfs. Okay. Why is it doing that? 17 and 3. We place it down. We change them. We pick it back up. Now what
Lex
I wanted to
Unam
do.
says, ADN team strikes again.
Exactly. Exactly. There's so many of these, and I'm focusing so hard to get the right order every single time. I think I had 20. Ancient B has 6 left. Almost there. All right. 20 of those. Those all on the hotbar here. We're going to turn off restock so it doesn't mess with me being able to see what I want to see. PBH, Pilva also mentioned he talked directly to Lobster John about the percentage thing, about changing it, or about that it was messed up, or what about it? Just that it was configured that way. Honestly, after trying Feed the Beast Guys 2 and seeing Fargo's Talisman, I quit because no Soul of Eternity. I made Soul of Eternity Minecraft mod denying that's funny. One thing that is good about ATM is the selection. For example, Feed the Beast Evolution doesn't have Evilcraft, Export Card, Extreme Reactors. That's true. That's true. About that it was working without 100%. Okay, gotcha. Well, I mean, that makes sense. If that's what they wanted to do, then that's what they wanted to do. Thank you for telling me to put a pipe here, Tortson. I appreciate it. TTS 10 is the first mod I play, and to be honest, so far I love it. It's a lot of fun. I make this look so easy. Nah, this is the boring part, dude. This is the boring part. I just have to sit here and wait for all of this to go through, and then pull out 5 of them, and then go over to the Productive Metalworks to sit there for 15 minutes while I smelt a bunch of materials and get it all going through. All right. Do I have 5? I do have 5. Thank goodness. Netherite. Diamond. Diamond. Playoffs. I doubt anybody gets that reference. Can you set Superfactory Manager to automate this without you having to stand there and wait? Yes, I can. I can. And in fact, I was sent the code to do that about 5 minutes ago. And I didn't set it up. But that's okay. I thought Beast was hard, but I just tried using it. It's kind of easy. I just, once you get it and understand how it works, it's really. But learning it the first time can be a little much. All right, here we go. We got 5 ancient bees. We got to take these all the way over to Productive Metalworks and deal with a bunch of random stuff spawning. I've got a bed up here, right? It's not hard, but it is a pain. Exactly. Hey, that's how I feel about MI. Just so we're on the same page here. That is 100% how I feel about MI. We're gonna actually place our bed down. It's just tedious. Yeah, exactly. Try using Great Tech New Horizon. I tried understanding. Got a headache. Okay, but everything in that mod pack is harder. Everything. So you gotta remember that part. All right, from here, I think we're going to do these one at a time. I'm going to pull all the extra stuff off the hotbar. And then all we got to do is make sure it's all melted. Good, good, good. Time want. Time want. The tap. Pick it up. The tap. Pick it up. The tap. The tap. Pick it up. Hey, that was easy. That was easy, easy. All right, now we throw the Vibranium in. Make sure it gets all smelted. I take Productive Bees over those any days. Yeah. Okay. If we increase by 1, it should increase the time. And then I should be able to come in here and throw those in. And then we can just time one again. The actual hard part of Great Tech Horizon is not the, I think it's called the Vengeance Infernal with your Tinker's Crossbow. There's already loads of bees. You can see how some days I have bees everywhere. That's fun. That's awesome. Okay. Molten blocks. Okay, I guess we just time on and go for it. Here we go. That was easy. Okay. Got all those spawn eggs. Next up, I've got my block of unobtainium. I'm gonna place them all down, pick them all up. Feel like course flower still? Good. Give me some cages. All right, got all those. Unobtainium block there. Oh, I gotta get some Omega upgrades going. I forgot about that. Good every time. Start those up. The actually hard part of Greg Tech already got it. I really need to go back and watch how to get Vibranium. Honestly, it took a little bit, but we got it. It's not bad though. I love the YouTube vids. Thank you so much. It's only Lee. That's very kind. Thank you for following. You make the Endercrafter. You've got Geor shards. As long as you've got the Geor shards, then you make this guy, and you're making the these guys, crystalline ingots, and then you combine the crystalline ingots and some of the Geor shards in an Endercrafter, and it makes Vibranium. It's not bad. Hey, you're live. I am. Welcome in. How's it going, Adam? How are you? But basically, you're looking at two different crafts in order to get Vibranium. This one, pretty simple. Add a bunch of stuff in there. When you go to do this, there's a plus button here. Make sure to hit that. Is the automatic elite crafter better than the regular? It just allows you to do it automatically, which you don't really have to do. As long as you have a bunch of stuff in your inventory, just hit the plus button and it'll make you a bunch of these. And then for the actual Vibranium, I ended up just making like, I don't know, 30 something of it. But all you're doing is ender crafting with uraninite, uranium, diamond, quartz, emerald, iron, and gold Geor shards, and those crystalline ingots in the middle. And then as long as you got a bunch of those accelerators around it, it goes pretty. All right, we got our first Omega upgrade, so we can actually get that rolling. So we should have fully automated all the modium ores. Make sure that's going. It is. Good, good, good. What beginning armor and weapons should I get? All the modium, because it's really easy to get, and they're unbreakable. That's what I'm going to say. Although I will also say, kind of pointless. You're not really fighting a lot, if that makes sense. Like, you really want to get armor and weapons based off of utility, because you're not going to use them a lot. Not cut up all the way yet. Gotcha. What bees are good to have? I have Vibranium and Unobtainium already. I have all of the Just Dire Things bees, and then obviously Draconic bees as well. But those are the only ones I have yet. Depending on your time crystal setup, the time bee is pretty good to get sometimes. I think we'll see. Best armor is AE2 Quantum Armor. No flight drift is a godsend. Yeah, that's a good point. The Quantum Armor from AE2 is really good as well. I think we're going to have to see, but I think some of the materials that I need for the actual star, I likely will set up bees for. Like, I'm going to get lumber bees for, I think, the oak logs that you need. Awakened Draconium, Chaos, Lumber, and Obsidian. Yeah, those ones also, because of how important Draconic Evolution is to the pack. Went away. Omega, got that one. The Chaos Shard one for sure. Oily Bee, I have 32 max hives. Are you doing MI stuff yet? Not yet, no. We just finished getting all the modium ores. And I still haven't upgraded anything to that tier yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I grab 5 ingots as well. Toss that back. Unobtainium. And then I do need to figure this one out. It should hopefully be easy enough. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. I need more Vibranium. You make me 100 white, 70. Sure. This guy. Perfect. Excellent. Run down here real quick. I'm going to take all this off. We're going to run each one of these through. Perfect. These guys next. Did I count wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did. I counted wrong. I didn't even mean to do the pickaxe. Unobtainium. One of those. One of those. Throw it in here. Those, that, this. All of that on real quick. Okay, full unobtainium. Basically everything we need. I can put all of this back up in here now. I don't have my time in my bottle on me anymore. That's a mistake. I probably haven't for the whole episode. That's crazy. I find it so funny you're doing bees right now. I'm in the process of doing a lot of bees. My last episode in ATM 10. Ended up doing a bit more work this episode than I thought. Heck yeah, that's awesome. How do you get all the modium into the sky? You get it, all the modium. You get all the modium nuggets from sieving sand or crushed blackstone. Either one of those. Both of them. Blackstone and sand, you get a chance of all the modium nuggets on both of them. And I have automatic of both of those going right now. Okay, what is MI? It is modern industrialization. Yep. Very popularly hated mod, to say the least. But Tordson's a big fan of it. We can't be too mean about it. When you do actually get MI going, what is your most important machine, do you think? They're all about the same to me. It's like, I mean, realistically, other than maybe like the flattening machine that does like the hammering for you, there's very little utility they provide. I think the only thing that's going to matter is that I find some way to tick accelerate them. The fact that there's no soul surging is kind of a bummer a little bit. Modern Greg Tech, exactly that. Yes, Cryptex gets it. Modern sucks. When my episode comes out, you will hear and see the pain in my voice. Exactly. MI is unreasonably hated because it's basically a simplified Greg Tech clone for Fabric. MI is nowhere near as complex as Greg. Yeah, exactly. I know it's not as complex, but it is in that similar vein of a mod type, right? And so I see why it gets a little bit of hate. And that's mostly just because there is a lot of grind for a very small amount of reward. Like, I don't feel like I said, any of those machines provide you with like any like inherent value. Exactly. And I like the way you said that. The micro crafting is exactly like, it takes so much to get so little out of it. I feel like that's the problem I have. And Mechanism is a lot of the same way for me, but I really like the balance between like, hey, I'm gonna focus on something, I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna get it done, and I'm gonna get a reward for it. I spent 2 hours getting those darn bees, but now I have fully automated Vibranium and Unobtainium. I have stronger armor and weapons because of it. I did something, I worked hard, I got a reward for it, right? I feel like that is what the mods are supposed to, and I feel like it's just really difficult. You don't care whether it having value or not, like the process of automating it. That's fair, and I guess that's probably a good point to bring up. Like, you play different packs for different reasons, or use different mods for different reasons, and different things are good for different people. Been at it for a while, just got to titanium and want quantum armor. Absolutely, quantum armor is sick. I've done it before. Infinite damage and damage see, I feel like with Apotheosis, I'm at the point where effectively, other than the Chaos Dragon, which I think is going to hit you either way with that armor. it's not really worth it. Like, you're not going to fight anything that's going to do enough damage to you to make that worth it, right? Does the quantum armor still have effect against the Chaos Dragon? Because like, if it'll keep you alive for that, then I think it might be worth it. I hate on MI and 18 packs is understandable because it doesn't offer much. Exactly. It doesn't give you, like, yeah, sure, infinite damage and infinite protection is cool, but there's no point to it. Like, with Draconic Evolution, that would be something, but it probably will. You just don't die with that armor. You corrected yourself for the same mistake. That's funny. But that would be the only thing that I would see it being worth. And even then, like, you just hide behind the pillars. It's not the end of the world. But I digress. Okay, I'm gonna find the star real quick. Star. Okay, for this, I think we're getting close where we could at least start laying out the outline. The ultimate crafting table is over here, right? Balance grid, clear grid, rotate grid. So does this allow you to choose? So if I made this into the automated one, could I lay it out very similar to what Elysium did, where it has all the stuff in it? AT2 armor is better, more quality of life. I agree. MI on Neotech was super fun to me. My first time going through MI and say, just so I can say I've done it. I did it once. Never did it again. I feel you. Have my own server, so I want the quantum armor to show up to my buddies. That makes sense. No, I agree. Let's go. I just got my 25 diamond meshes. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Okay. I want extended crafting, and I want to create a pattern for this guy real quick. The ultimate auto crafter, and I think it's just so that I can actually save the whatever the pattern in there that I'm going to use for the star. So crystalline, that's fine. We got that. I should have everything with these to be able to create it. Ultimate auto crafting. Okay. So do I have to? Oh, it takes FE. Point POINT point. We know 10 real quick. Actually, I've got the 4 that are already assigned to things. Probably. All right. Shift left click to save recipe. How does that work? Because I don't obviously have all of the items. Shift left click selected. By the way, with those, you don't put the pattern provider directly. Pattern provider to be at a barrel on top of it. Okay, so that makes sense. With the MI cores that go up to the sword and armor can be used to upgrade runic crafting, set up under any MI. That makes sense. And you need the items to set the pattern. And not like... Why do I feel like we didn't last time? Is that crazy? Oh... Star. Crafting are weird with their inputs and outputs. Yeah, but what I'd like to do is be like, hey, I want this. And to just put it in here. So that's like, it's got the saved inventory thing. Or do I need to do that into like a chest? Maybe it doesn't do that. Maybe it's a chest. I was thinking, if you not look at the recipe on JI and click the plus, you can. But there's a lot of that stuff that I don't have yet. There is some of it that I do have though. So for now, I can make like 40. I'm just gonna make what I can. I don't think very many vibranium blocks were in there. Titanium. We're gonna do this real quick. It was just 4 on obtanium. I'm not even going to bother making those into blocks. And then all the modium. I do like that all of the stars, the nether star blocks aren't there anymore. That's super nice. So then if I come in here and I do star and I do this, it's not going to let me if I have any missing items. Is the only way to get blackstone from the pebbles? No, you actually... there are other ways to get it. The easiest way is from the pebbles, though. Yeah. And you can actually get the pebbles by sifting netherrack, I believe. And I'll need to make the singularities, all of those as well. Hopefully those aren't too bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4. There and there, and I can only assume there as well. Yep, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't realize there's a smiley face of vibranium there. 1, 2. There's those. That. I'm trying to place this all out as best as I can. And then that should be simple enough. That one's not there. And then I think... Is that right? It is. So then 1, 2, 3. Let's make a little cap on each of the feet. Like that. Okay. Hey, it's coming together, man. Coming together. I feel like the most frustrating part of MI is that your patterns should be super specific. It'll mess up every big craft. Yeah, honestly, if I do MI, I'm not doing patterns for it. I'm going to do autocrafts automatically, like where you just constantly feed items into the machines and it'll constantly output stuff. So like every different curved thing is going to have a different bender and there will be a ton of it. Shift click on the one button in the top right to save it. Right. But I can't save it yet because there's not all the stuff in there. Unlike Greg Tech, where overclocking is done by having another power and input running and more power in my over and over again. The recipe over and over again. Exactly. Do you know if there's a way to make the extractor faster or no? The extractor. What extractor are we talking about? Because there's one from Modern Dynamics, there's one from the Zycraft, there's also an extractor from the BBL whatever thing that we were looking at the other day. I assume you're probably talking about the extractor from Zycraft. I don't think there's a way to really make it faster, and I don't know if it accepts T acceleration. It does not. I think it's just supposed to passively run. Okay, so we've got all the modium blocks in there now for the star. What do we do next? What's next on our agenda? Iron singularities? The Zycraft one? Yeah, I don't think there's a way to speed that up. I think it's supposed to be slow and passive, right? I think that's what it's supposed to do. Iron singularity. Quantum compressor. An ultimate catalyst. 25,000 iron. That doesn't seem bad. Okay. I gotta stop screaming at y'all. Extended, and I need one of these guys. Make a pattern for that. Hopefully, we got everything except whatever this middle thing is. I didn't want to click out of that. I click R on that. But of course, we're no longer here. We're also not here. R. All right, perfect. Got those two now. What am I looking at here? Is that a wall of power? It is a wall of power. There's a ton of these nitro reactors that are all being automatically fed and are all on the power system. So there's a pipe that runs underneath and feeds uraninite, coal blocks, redstone blocks, and dry ice to all of them all the time. It's a lot. I've not tested, but maybe the pattern provider could send all the iron instantly. That's not a bad idea. Ultimate Catalyst, I want one of those. And then I should be able to make this guy now. Let's take this. We're going to set him here so he's hooked up to power. Ultimate Catalyst. Anyway, to have my iron hammer not break as quick, upgrade it to platinum. Platinum hammers don't break as quick. Just our things have SMT, speed up. Blocks like time one works. The time one doesn't work, unfortunately. Technically sends it all instantly, but the compressor is still very slow like that. But theoretically, I could still do that with a pattern provider, right? Pattern. I want one of the extended. Yeah. Put this guy right here. And then give me some wireless connectors. Grab those in that. I'm going to put all those back real quick. And do this and that. Get that one filled in. We'll fill in this one. Perfect. So now, does this thing have input output? It doesn't. So how does this thing know to pull? Let's just give this a shot. Let's see if I wanted to make Singularity, an iron Singularity. Can I make a pattern out of that? I don't even know if it lets you go up to 25k. It has one on iron ingot. 25,000, right? Is that right? It doesn't pull? Okay, so I'm gonna have a pipe set to pull it back, right? And that actually makes sense. We'll do that. And then I can just take this out and throw it back in the system. So that's right. Remove the catalyst? What if I want it? Oh, I had to put those catalysts in there itself. Take out the cat and okay, all right. So I cancel that. I'm gonna cancel that. I'm gonna take those, put that back in here, pattern encoding, throw that in here, and get rid of that, re-encode, put that here. Ultimate catalyst. Oh, it's stuck in that crafting inventory, isn't it? Ah, whatever. Make me a couple of those real quick. They're not hard. The iron ingots are all into the compressor already. All of them? Jeez. Okay, so if can I, please tell me that helps. That doesn't really help at all, does it? Does this one help at all? I'm gonna be honest, I don't think either one of those makes it any faster. Does it? I'm at the compressed hammer thing. There's really not. No, you can repair it. And you could get nicer hammers. So like the diamond hammer is a lot nicer. Yeah, the compressor speed is actually awful. That's pretty rough. It's limited because of the export from AE2. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. The fastest way I was found was placing the pattern provider on a drawer and then sending a stack every tick into the compressor. It's a lot faster. Okay. So you're saying, what if I instead, I hear what you're saying. What if I had like a big chest there? Because that could hold the 25k items or whatever with stack upgrades in it. And then a pipe with like one of the netherite upgrades. You think that would work? I think it'd be close. He's like one more stack of iron exactly. I think it's because that one stack I took out.
Lex Unam says,
okay.
Yes.
That would work? Okay. All right, there's my iron Singularity. That one goes right there. So Go back to the star and look real quick. Star, ultimate. So that's the iron one. The ultimate oh, it needs one of each of them. Ish. Oh, that's a lot of weird random ones too. Okay. So in that case, let's do, because I am going to want to have this automated just based off of what I saw right there. I'm going to want patterns for these. So break that. That pattern provider is going to go right here. There's going to be a chest that goes right here. We're going to put stack upgrades in it. Yeah, we'll just throw 2 of these in. Might as well, right? It'll keep it all in one stack. And then this is still going to get that. So then I just have to set up processing patterns to send those things. And I could probably, I don't know, I could probably do some sort of like an export bus here to keep this full of these. Does it just need one ultimate catalyst? Because it never used it. It just needs one, right? But the compressor limits to a stack. Okay, pipe. One of those. One of these. I need another one of those iron ones anyways, right? Just so I can test this out. Am I going to need one of those for the ultimate thing? Ultimate catalyst is not consumed. That is awesome. That is fantastic to hear. Iron Singularity. What all is that used in? Is it used in just this? So I don't actually need another one. Well, then let's make the gold one. Gold Singularity. Let's get a pattern going for that. I need another 25k. Get rid of that. 25,000. Set pattern. Bingo bango. Throw it in there. Okay. That seems a lot faster to me. I recommend using transfer labelers instead of pipes. It's faster.
In easy terms, catalyst is like master infusing crystal, aka unlimited power.
Right, that makes sense. That's not bad. Is it really faster than that? Pipes are the same speed. That seemed pretty quick to me. I have all 4 and I have 4 aluminium. Nice. Look at you go. That's awesome, dude. I thought it was nerfed to 5 ticks on TTS. I'm glad they didn't. I do wonder, with that out of the way, if it would be faster if I tick excelled it too. You know? Because that seemed to not be limited by the AE2 thing anymore. So maybe the tick excel would work. Emerald, copper. I bet I have enough. Most of those copper. Copper, Singularity, pattern. I'm assuming it's 25k again. It is. Okay, so we get rid of that. This 25, 1, 2, 3, set, pattern. I'm going to put the pattern in here and then we're going to request it. We're going to tick excel this at the same time. No, it doesn't make that go. That's just the import then. I don't think even... Oh, that helps a ton. Okay, okay. I mean, that's something. Copper's that one, I believe. I'll go back and look at the star real quick just to make sure. Oh, I'm gonna have to cancel those two. I forgot since it's not going back through. It's not making it. A sends all 25k at once. So yeah, so it's all going into this chest here. I think it's just the pipe that's slowing things down just a touch. Sorry, let me double check. I put that in the right place. I did not. Copper is this side. And I guess we do the emerald one next. I see no reason to not. Emerald. Singularity. Double check is 25. Like all of them are. But as soon as I stop checking, it's going to be something that's not. I can tell. Throw that in here. Craft it real quick. I'm just going to let that run, do whatever it wants. Copper goes there, emerald's right there. Exactly. AE is built. Got out of the nerf to existence by the other mods. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right. So this one, be close. Emerald Singularity. What I could do, throw that back through there so that it actually finishes the craft. And I'll put that there. What other singularities are we looking at for the star? Star. Let me once you try utilizing AE2 subnets, you'll realize just how much potential AE2 has. Dude, I have heard that for years, and I still refuse. Redstone, diamond, lapis. Okay. Singularity. Here, I need a redstone. 25. Diamond, that's platinum, diamond. 5,000. And lapis. All three of those. Then I'm gonna make them all.
Lex Unam says, maybe if you had a way to bookmark the items like with the JEI.
I could do that, you're right. That would be quicker, wouldn't it? You know what, that's not bad. And as soon as this guy's actually done crafting, start the diamond one. A2 subnets are not complex at all. Same with PTP. It's just guide videos to make them seem like more than it is. That's fair. I guess I mean, my real thing is just that I've never had a reason to use them. If that makes sense, like. Gotta put that redstone back in here. Like, I've gone through several playthroughs now without needing them. I think diamond's that one. Lapis is this one. We're gonna double check that real quick. Diamond, redstone, lapis. All right. We're kind of cooking here a little bit, low key. Yo, what's up? How's it going? Once you land a PTP has infinite throughput, you start liking them. In my opinion, I have a reason because you never did and don't know how it helps. No, you're probably right, Tordson. I just have never, like you said, used them and therefore don't have a reason to. Ultimate crafting. That's a lot. And that's all going to go into one of those. So I'm going to need to make another ultimate crafting table. Fun. Is that every single type of singularity?
Lex Unam says, you don't need the Sath roller.
That's true. You don't need the Sath roller, but I also have never used P2P. You don't need it. But again, in my own personal opinion, and I guarantee there are ways that it is helpful, but just to double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So it's one of each of them. So all the patterns I've made so far, I'm going to need to make at least one more of. And also, I'm going to need one pattern of all of them. Is that fair to say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also, do I have, like, there's a lot of those. I don't know how much I have of. I like bronze. I don't have very much of that at all. And it seems to be the first one. What am I saying? Our light PDP, they actually look like LEDs, a very pretty lighting network for your base. Hey, that's cool. So all the Vibranium tools is what I should get now. That's what I would recommend getting, yeah. I tend to use the run a bunch of pipes and cables all over the place approach. I tend to gravitate towards that as well until I get bullied. And then I stop doing that. And then I make pretty bases that don't have cables run all over the place, you know? But certainly prefer that. Makes sense logically in my head. All right. I mean, I guess we could go ahead and do the singularities now. I don't see any reason not to. Let's just start at the beginning, though. The bronze singularity, I'm going to need 25,000 bronze ingots. So, bronze patterns. We're going to need bronze ingots, which is going to come from smelting bronze dust. Unless, is there a better way to make bronze? Auto smelt, alloy smelters? That's gross. Infusing tin with copper. For 25,000 ingots, I probably am just going to use a furnace. Okay. And then bronze dust is going to have to be...
Ray Chef says, set the smelting pattern to be 64 at a time.
That is a fantastic idea. And then... having bronze engaged for me, maybe go to bronze steel MRBs. That's a good point. Okay, copper and tin dust. So I'm going to need to make copper dust and tin dust. But those are such a pain with the hammers. Copper dust.
Ray Chef says, output Oswell or you will crafting 64x what you need.
That is a fantastic point as well. Okay, so that's... so the only thing is, that's the hammer problem, right? How do we deal with a hammer? Because I know there was some. Is there only an alloy paxel? I think so, other than the paxel from just dire things as well. Use the crusher? That's actually a pretty good idea.
The prince says, crusher use.
That is a pretty good idea. Copper dust. Crusher, not that
Ray
one.
Chef says, maxed mech crusher is faster than hammer auto crafting.
Okay, we'll do that then. They're not like an actual... that one. That's what we wanted. All right, add that. Make that the pattern. And then I need to do the same with tin dust as well. Apparently I don't even have tin. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Enrichment chamber, crusher. That one. So those two are enrichment chamber. This one is a crafting pattern. And that one's a smelting pattern. How are we getting tin? Tin dust obviously is coming from tin ingots. Which is... how am I not getting tin? Is it just not one of the alloys? A tin geor shard. Oh, I have tin ingots. All right. Okay, fine. That's fine. Why was it not tin ingot? Okay, it's because I was looking for tin dust. I got plenty of tin. Okay. Let's go throw these in the crusher. Honestly, we might dramatically increase the crusher here. Input output is the only thing that matters there. Okay. Crushing ultimate crushing factory. Second. I might place this back down actually. And then create all the patterns that we're going to need to go from that all the way up to where we need to go. Osmium ingots are fine. Advanced circuits. Got it. I do think I'm going to put... I need an extended upgrade. Turn. Extended pattern provider. Make one of those. It should just have to combine it with literally any ingot, right?
Effect Ray Chef says, it's 11:30 p.m. where I am, so I'm gonna head to bed. It was nice watching the stream.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out and watching. I appreciate it. Quick question for you, John. Have you found longer videos do better on YouTube or shorter ones for long form, not shorts? Why don't you just make upgrades and right click them on them? Oh, can you do that? I didn't realize that these things had upgrades. That's a good question. It really depends on what the video is. Some of my videos have been longer and have done well, but it really depends on, in general, the videos that I do. If I'm posting like a Let's Play, it just doesn't do well, which is why I don't. I live stream Let's Play kind of content, so people can go back and watch it if they want to. And then all of my like videos are actual like how-to videos, because that's what I found actually does well and people watch consistently. Rushing. So there is, you were saying, upgrades I can make for this. Check copper dust recipe. Why not just make the CRAD upgrades and right click them on? Tier installers. I could do that. Are those easier? There's tiers upgrades. Okay. Here. These guys. Okay, so that's what I need to be making. So, do they stair step up or do I just make the ultimate tier? Got that. That guy. This dude. And then that one's already there. We're saying I may not need this one. Yeah, okay. You have to make one of each. Okay. That makes sense. I have to upgrade all the way through the tiers. That one. And then the advanced one. And then because it is already basic, I shouldn't have to do that one. Okay, learning something new every day. Mechanism's not my favorite, but we're getting through it. Tier upgrades. One of those. I need one of these. And then one of those. Okay, and then hopefully between all three of those, we should be good. Our upgrades. 8 of 8, 8 of 8. Good. Okay. You need all four, but I should, because this one's already basic, right? So I shouldn't have to upgrade this one. Is that wrong or right? I'm gonna go to the nether and hopefully find a netherite upgrade. You can do that. I think it's craftable as well, though. Yeah, I don't need the basic. Okay, cool. Impatient. Perfect. So, nope, wrong one. All right, ultimate crushing factory. That should be a lot better now.
Lex Unam says,
that
is the right of Schrödinger, right and wrong at the same time.
You can upgrade all your mechanism things through those cards. Actually, that's good to know. I didn't realize you could do that. Throw that in there. And then I don't need this anymore at all. So throw that right here. While I'm doing this, grab patterns. Put them here, refill that. Bronze. I should be able to do this now. Where I say, hey, make me 25,000 bronze. Hopefully that does something. Certainly looks like it's working. Side config. I didn't have to change side configs on that. That's awesome. Is there? I mean, I could. Right. So then we're limited by how fast AE2 will put it in. or just by the individual craft itself. So I should have made the dust recipes themselves also put in 64 at a time, right? You can upgrade it, so I should probably upgrade all of my mechanism machines. How many more? Just 4 more of each of those? Here. What are they? Tier installer. Let's go ahead and make basic one. And then throw it in here. And then I'm going to craft 4 of each of them.
Lex Unam says, check Discord John, I have 45-3 ultimate crushers and 45-3 infusing 3 times for each infusing each ultimate.
Jeez. Why? You will need the basic ones. Yeah, we're going to make the basics for sure. For sure. Okay, basic tier installer, so I should be able to do this mid them running. And it hopefully shouldn't break anything. Two of those, 3 of those, all 4. Okay. Three. One more. Some of those machines don't have speed upgrades either. Right. Are you bored in ADHD? I mean, that's a good reason as any. I just made 3 of those. Why didn't I make all 4? Right, make one more real quick. 1, 2, 3. That one will need to go in there. Once we get it. Should be pretty quick, I think. All right. So they're now all fully upgraded. Very nice. So those should work a lot faster. The way you said why reminded me of an episode of The Big Bang Theory where something happened and they were just done. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, that was a lot to do all at once, you know? Like, I don't know. Seemed like a lot. All right, so the 25,000 bronze is going to take another 8 years to actually complete. I don't have any speed or efficiency upgrades. So at mechanism, speed upgrades, make me 100. I don't have iron dust as pattern. Iron dust. Where's it at? Iron uses. Brushing factory. Somewhere here. I can feel it. Compressor, crusher. I'm not even on the right page. That's embarrassing. Iron ingots, what we're gonna do actually.
Lex Unam says,
yeah.
Just do the same setup as me, John, you will go that ultra fast.
It will also take me 45 years to be able to do that. Enrichment crushers, what we're looking for. So I think for all of these, I'm changing them all to say 64, and then it'll pass back 64. So that way it sends 64 at a time. And I think I'm probably going to end up changing all of these patterns for that as well. Especially the copper and the tin one. Because they are slow. 64. 64. Okay. That won't have an effect yet, but it will eventually. Actually, I could cancel this and see if that actually does make it better. So let's just say make another 20,000. Because I think the only time that's really going to help is if I tick excel this. Yeah, it shoves it in so much faster. Do I have energy? I do have energy and speed. Okay, cool. Sweet. One thing I don't like about AA2 is that if you have two of the same pattern set up on different machines, it won't split it evenly between the two. It all sends to one. Yeah, that's like, I agree. It's so annoying. Also, they have soul surging. That is, again, crazy. For like the netherite template, I need something from a gem salvage. You do. So you have to get some apothic gems and salvage them. Which I just did through a mob farm. Okay. Hold up. Did it already No. It did. So now it's just crafting the dust. Oh, that was so much quicker. That was so much quicker. Night and day difference. Weird. It did split it for me when I was crafting stuff. I think you have to have several machines hooked up to the same pattern provider with one pattern in it. Crushed 1 million items and it took like 15 seconds. That's crazy. I've run into this problem. So much less recording. I had to redesign the whole setup. Took 12 hours to change. That's rough. That is rough. 17k bronze. We're almost up there. We can craft the bronze thing. What was I actually doing? Oh, the energy upgrades. Yeah, at mechanism. I wanted 100 of those and 100 of these. And then I'm going to have to automate time fluid here shortly because I don't have enough of those. Speed upgrades. Install all 8. On all the machines. That one should already have it, but we'll double check. Okay, so everything's got speed upgrades. That's fine. I just need energy. At 8 crushers, 8 furnaces working split between all of them. That's crazy. Are all of those machines on auto split? I don't think so. I don't think I've turned that on yet. I should have them on auto split though. It's still not done either. I'm only 2/3 of the way done with the episode stuff to edit. That is so much, dude. That's a lot. Okay. All the energy upgrades are on. Auto split on, auto split on, auto split on, auto split on. Okay. They're all on auto split now. I think those are all set up correctly and working right. Give me my time in a bottle back. Time in a bottle. How's bronze looking? Bronze, 24k. 200 short. Let's make another 1,000 real quick. Do that. Go ahead and craft the pattern for the bronze singularity. In here. That guy. Pattern. Not that. This one. 25,000 set. And then throw that right in here. Should I? Could I? Cable. And an import bus. And would this thing be smart enough to know to not take out the iron in there? Does that make any sense? Like that? Because I don't need it to be fast. I just want this thing to actually be automated. Is there a way to get a single blaze rod so I can make flying potions? There is. I don't remember what it is, though. No, I think blaze rods are one of the few things you actually do have to go get a blaze spawner for. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have it set up through hostile neural networks, maybe? Yeah, blaze rods are going to be a little bit tough. I would probably go fight blazes. Especially if you've already got access to the nether. You can go get a couple pretty easy. Even if you just snagged their... you can use a smelter and pour it into a stick pattern. Oh. Ortec or Metalworks. There you go. Well, that's good to know. Okay, did we decide if we think this will work? Bronze. Using your blaze powder. Gotcha. Okay, we're going to start that. So that's coming in here just the way it's supposed to. Straight out of there. Not incredibly fast, but it's working. I'm hoping at minimum what this does is actually complete the craft where it gets, oh, it's not going to be sent back. Oh, it may. I don't know if it has to go back through the pattern provider. So that's still slow. The actual crafting of it is still slow. Also, I think you set the pattern provider to blocking mode just in case you request more than one singularity type at once. That's a good point. I tried it earlier and it does shove stuff in here while it's crafting, but it doesn't change anything. Hey, it works. Okay, so that auto crafting actually all works just the way it's supposed to. Sweet. Okay. We're going to do one of each of these. Because I need one of each of them for the other thing. And now that I know that I can just do this, that'll actually just start crafting and do it all for me. So the only thing we're going to do is speed this up a little bit. So that way, because yeah, there's no real way to get all the items from the diamond chest to here faster, is there? Right. Also, I think we got that one done. Their way, so I can make flying potions. I don't think you need blaze rod for flying potions, do you? So lapis is done now. Dude, this is actually working so well. This whole auto crafting setup for these guys. Multiple pipes. I didn't think about that. Isn't it just like the output? So if I were to put, theoretically, that, and then set to pull from both of those. I don't think it has to have the inputs on there, right? I think it should input just as fast. I don't know. I don't see any difference there at all, if I'm being honest. You can just tick accelerate the pipe. I don't think I tried that. It didn't seem like it was doing a whole lot. Seems like there is some sort of a max somewhere that it is catching on and not going any further. So the beauty of this, like I was saying, is once everything's gone from here, it does put the next one in, but it waits to do anything with the copper until it's finished crafting that other one, and then it starts building up the copper, which is kind of cool. Oh, the brewing stand, you do need that. I forgot about that completely. I think I actually got a brewing stand from a quest reward. I'm almost positive that you do. It's just the process of absorbing it. So then, tick accelerating that doesn't absorb it any faster. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I won't be too greedy. There's only 2 left here anyways. And then we've got a ton of them. But you get you do get a brewing ward from a quest. A brewing stand from a quest reward, dude. English left my brain there for a second. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it is a quest reward. Anybody remember what quest reward it is? I'm gonna get an ultimate crafting table set up too. Just so I can get the rest of those singularities going. There goes. Okay, so that's all of those singularities. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I need 11 more. At extended. Which one of them ought to be fine. Crafting a potion filter. Okay. Yeah, so just craft a potion filter and then you should get your brewing stand for free. Perfect. All right, this guy's done. I know bronze is first. I don't remember after that. Ultimate Singularity. Okay, so I do have to have all of them. Skip 3. Lapis, Emerald, skip 1, Redstone. Skip 3. Lapis, Emerald, skip 1, Redstone. Okay. 2 then Diamond. 1 and Copper, Iron. Okay, so 2 Diamond, 1 Copper, Iron, and then last one I have is all the way at the end, Gold. Okay, we're getting there. Slowly. The ultimate single pattern is shapeless order. Well, that's good to know now. I wish I knew that before, Tordson. I was really trying to put those in the right spots. I don't know if you noticed or not, but we were really trying there. We have a lot of these nitro reactors. To answer that question, I don't remember how many, but there's a lot. We basically just set up an autocraft for it and made a ton of them. They're all automatically fed and they're all hooked up to the power system. I think I counted like 66 of them total, and each one technically can generate 500,000 FE per tick. So it should be somewhere around 33 million FE per tick total that I get, I think. Something like that. Close to that, at least. A ridiculous amount that I shouldn't need. That's the short part of it, the short answer. So from here, we go to the ultimate singularity. We see what's next. Electrum, Invar, Steel. Okay. Want Electrum, ingots. That's pattern. Electrum ingots. And then this is a pattern. And that seems like the wrong Electrum. Should be this, right? Somebody correct me if that's going to mess something up, but I think it should be that. That goes in here. This one goes in here. And then I should be able to make this.
How much do I need to sass you in order to bookmark them? JK, AHM, jokes aside, do the thermal towers, you will need a few lithium.
What is the keybind to bookmark? What is that? I don't remember what it is. Is A? I think it's A, right? Not A. It's A? Okay, it's just not typing A. There it is. Okay. I need Invar. Steel. Get rid of the ultimate one real fast. That way I know which ones I'm making. Invar, Steel. Got Lapis, got Emerald. I need coal, aluminum, nickel, lead. Should have iron. Should have iron. I've got iron, copper, so that one, and then those two. In here, platinum, tin, silver, glowstone. Do I not have glowstone? I probably just haven't made it yet. Okay. So then from here, I can do this, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Hey, low key. I'm going to be honest with y'all. That was a good suggestion. That was a really good suggestion. Okay, one of them. We're going to work backwards here. And we're just going to go ahead and make all of these. 5,000. 10. I just wanted to get rid of that. This one is the one that's 25. Set. Platinum. I know I've got that one already. I think I may have started with the hard ones. The ones that you actually have to do stuff for. Platinum, lead.
Lex Unam says, that works for the star too.
Oh, really? Lead, nickel. I think this one's going to actually take me... that's not what I wanted to do. Crafting some stuff. 25,000. Got that one. One's nickel, aluminum. 25. Riveting pattern setup here. Coal. Encode. Get rid of that. 25,000. That's coal, steel. Make it. Get rid of that. 25. 1,000. And then finally, we have Invar. I don't even remember how to make Invar. All right, that should be all the patterns, right? In which case, it's going to take 15 years. Jeez. To click outside A2 in order to bookmark. That works for the star too. That makes sense. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take these, since it doesn't matter the spacing. We're going to put them back in here. That's going to mean that all the ones I have already have one. The ones I do not have one. Because I can go through here. I feel like that's going to take a minute for it to calculate. I may need to find a different way to make steel, I think. No? Ooh, ew. 100. Nah, you know what? I think I need to make... Iron dust already goes through. Make the steel dust. What am I hammering then? Platinum? I don't know, but it says it'll work. I'm just going to let it go. The full quantum computer make these crafts faster because there's more coprocessors. That's a really good point. Gonna start that one. Platinum, I also should just be able to start. Lead, maybe. Yeah, let's go. Invar. Don't have Invar. Got to figure out how to make Invar. Glowstone. Done. Nickel. Got it. Coal. Done. Still don't have Invar. Silver. Also done. Aluminum. Done. The only thing I am missing... Wait, didn't I just start the aluminum one? I only have 10 crafts going at once? I'll speed that up for a second anyways. Aluminum. I thought I did. I not.
Lex Unam
It doesn't
says,
let me start. I've got
just
10.
do
Okay.
the ultimate sing and figure out what you need.
Sorry for my ignorance, but what in the world is with all these singularities? Okay, no, you're right. That's a good question. Good question. That's a very fair question. Here's a star. This is the all the mod star, right? For crafting, you have to have some of these singularities in and of themselves, just for crafting the star, right? We also have to have this ultimate singularity, which is a combination of every single other singularity. So there's that. It does start, but only 9 can be pinned up top. You tell me I started it twice. Aluminum. Aluminum. This one, cancel. Think we're good. Thank you for telling me that it did start. I would have had 2 of them. And that would have been slightly aggravating. I think there was one more for this that we should have done, right? Is there not a glowstone one here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go back to the star real quick. Star, you. There's a glowstone one I need. So I need actually 2 glowstone. Make 1 more of those. Goes right there. Perfect. Do the singularities actually do anything on their own? Or they only exist for crafting? I don't know of a single thing that they do. I'm pretty sure they just exist for crafting. Like, reactive? I can make them reactive. I don't know what that means. Just for crafting. Every time you said aluminum, my brain goes...
Lex Unam says, every time you said aluminum, my brain goes, tu-tu-tu-ru-ru aluminum tu-tu-ru-tu.
I have no idea what that is, but I'm glad I'm triggering memories, it sounds like. I don't know. So the one singularity we don't have is Invar. So I need to figure out how to make Invar. Invar ingots. I can only assume it is by smelting Invar dust, and that's going to be another one of the many mixed things that I got to create. It is nickel dust and iron dust. All right, we will make that as a pattern. Nickel dust is going to be made through a crusher right here, but we're going to keep this at 64 and 64. And then I I do have to smelt it still. So smelting be this, and this one we're also going to send stacks. Okay, so run these over here real quick. Smelter. Invar ingots with dust. And then the mechanism machine gets the crushed nickel. And then this is just a pattern. It goes inside of here. There we go. All of them are now either created or are being created, which is awesome. The Muppets. TTS nailed it. Man, maybe I missed something there. I probably did. Probably a movie I haven't watched, The Muppets. Or maybe just haven't watched in a long time. Okay, you know what I didn't do? I didn't check fantasy football at all today, and I'm just now realizing that. Probably could be bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, it's not. No, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Oh, there's so many people I should have changed. Oh, that's okay. We're just gonna ignore it and pretend like it didn't happen. I've never heard of the Mena, the pink monster. No, I've never had. I have no clue what that is. I'm sorry. You lost the streak. So I had one every game so far. Fantasy football this week though is looking mighty rough. Mighty rough. Plus the person I'm playing, it seems like they're doing quite well relative to how they were supposed to do. It looks like CD Lamb is actually having a career game. And Emin St. Brown, what is his name? Yeah, Emin Ross St. Brown also had a career game against me. Almost 40 points. Jeez, okay. Fantasy's looking rough this week, boys. Fantasy's looking rough this week. Keep that sped up. There's only 2 left. Hold up. We basically have them all. I think we're down to like literally... It's done there. What are we waiting on? Invar and steel? Crafting iron dust. Scheduled 20k. Is there a different iron dust recipe than... Come on, I run. Iron dust. Dust. Steel dust is 1 iron dust, 4 coal, and a platinum hammer. Is there a better way to make steel than that that's faster? There's got to be a better way to make steel than that, right? Steel. Ingot. Blast. It's all steel dust. Steel B, probably. Steel dust. So that coal, iron, and hammer is about the only good way to do that, it seems like. And it's going through it. It's just going slow. I think it's probably just because it needs more iron. Probably tick accelerate this guy. Be in much better shape. Yeah. Slightly. Oh no, that was a lot better. That's for sure. We're down to just crafting now. Oh, we got this. Easy. Easy. So Invar dust is going. It's just crafting the Invar dust, it seems like. I want to make sure that this guy's still doing its thing. Oh, yeah. Now we're good. Mechanism infuser could also do that. That's a good point. I didn't think about that one. So crushing is done. It looks like...
Lex Unam says,
it's
that
just crafting the dust.
BCS, the machine do not have enough energy, that's why slow.
Right. That makes sense. And I did 256 exit, right? Give the machine a little bit of credit. It's trying its best. Now I need to wait for phantoms to spawn. I have heard that people have had a lot of trouble with that. I'm gonna let that run do its thing. It's a lot of steel. It's a lot of steel. I mean, this is going slightly faster, but we do have all of the singularities but those two. Best speed to get is a steel bee before MI starts. That's true. Okay, all of those are in there. I need two more. Two more singularities, and then we got the ultimate singularity. And then we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other items for the star, which is awesome. Let's see. Yeah, because that goes there. And then we're down to just like we said, a few items left, and we are rocking and rolling. Gravitational, so I'm gonna have to get mechanism going. Gross. While waiting, I'm gonna make a mob farm. Go for it. I don't know why Lex's thing didn't go through TTS. So the Invar one's almost done. The steel one is going, but it's gonna take a while. All right, here's what I'm thinking, right? You'll need antimatter anyways. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I feel like antimatter is going to take a little bit to get, or at least get set up for. And I feel like that's the next thing I want to do. So I think I'm going to call it here. We'll let these two finish crafting. The next episode, we basically devote the entire thing to mechanism of this. I'm still putting on Monday at least back on the Other Mods 10 server. Worst part for me was the compressed blocks. The compressed blocks. Which one is that? Where are the compressed blocks at? I didn't see them. Are they one of these? Inactive. The actual dragon egg, the inactive one. The black. Oh, that's right. Ew. No, that's actually pretty gross. Oak log 5x. Jeez. I think I might actually have enough for that, but blocks of iron, dirt, gold, cobblestone, redstone, obsidian, gravel, sand. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Remarkably. But I think we can get that done. I don't think it'll be too bad. X compressed blocks from the dimensional seed. We don't have a dimensional seed in here, right? Please tell me we don't. Bookmark the star also. There you go. Yeah, I should. That way I don't have to keep looking for it. Smart. That's smart. I think a lot of these other ones are going to be relatively easy. Like, yeah, we got to get through Draconic Evolution, but I don't think that'll be too bad. Yeah, how close is the steel one? Yeah, it's still got a while, but everything but the steel singularity is there now. So, Oblivion Shard, Quantum Entangled Singularity. Does that not seem, other than the Manhattan module, like remarkably easy? So I think here's what I'm thinking going forward. I'm gonna have to have an episode basically entirely dedicated to mechanism. I'm also gonna have to have an episode basically entirely dedicated to Ortec, because I've done absolutely nothing with that. Other than that, I think we're getting closer to having a lot of this stuff where we're pretty good. Manhattan module is very easy too. Okay, good. Good to know. Forbidden Arcanus, I haven't done any with that. Luckily, I don't have to do as much. Reactor core's not bad. So there's a lot of Draconic Evolution stuff I have to get, isn't there? All of Ortec took me like 30 minutes to do. Wow, sweet. Ortec is easy, but automating it, I don't know how. Okay. Well, we can take a look at that. As of right now, what I'm planning is tomorrow, I'm going to play all the mods 10. And then probably the rest of the week, if not maybe starting back up on Wednesday, try to knock some more of this out. We'll see. Anywho, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to go eat some food. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. I enjoy these long streams, so thanks for hanging out and for vibing for a little bit. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.